through the annals of history, where the echoes of empire resonate with profound lessons for today's world. In the heart of Anatolia, amidst the cradle of civilizations, rose a dynasty that would shake the course of history, the Ottoman Empire. Spanning centuries and continents, the Ottomans left an enduring legacy of innovation, resilience, and cultural richness. Join us as we explore the remarkable saga of the Ottomans, a realm where emperors were sultans, cities thrived as centers of learning and artistry, and strategic brilliance transformed Constantinople into Istanbul under Mehmed the Conqueror. From the cultural efflorescence nurtured by Suleiman the Magnificent to governance structures that influenced empires far beyond their borders, the Ottomans offer timeless insights into diplomacy, economic management, and social cohesion that resonate with renewed relevance today. Through this guide, discover how their wisdom can guide us towards a more inclusive, equitable, and prosperous future, where history's masters illuminate our path forward. Overview of the geographical and historical context of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, spanning from the late 13th century to the early 20th century, emerged from Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, and grew to encompass vast territories across Southeast Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Geographically, it held strategic positions connecting Europe, Asia, and Africa, which facilitated trade, cultural exchange, and military expansion. Geographical context. The Ottoman Empire began in the fertile lands of Anatolia, strategically located between Europe and Asia. This geographic advantage allowed the Ottomans to control key trade routes, including those along the Silk Road, fostering economic prosperity and cultural diversity. Over time, the empire expanded westward into the Balkans, eastward into the Caucasus and Iran, and southward into North Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. Historical context. The empire's origins can be traced to Osman I, who founded a small principality in northwest Anatolia in the late 13th century. His successors, through strategic marriages, military conquests, and administrative reforms, transformed the principality into a powerful empire. Key milestones include the capture of Bursa in 1326, which became the Ottoman capital, and the conquest of Constantinople, Istanbul, in 1453, marking the empire's expansion into Europe and its rise as a major global power. Significance of the context. Understanding the Ottoman Empire's geographical and historical context is crucial for comprehending its enduring impact on global history. The empire's control over diverse territories and peoples necessitated innovative governance, cultural tolerance, and military strategies that influenced subsequent empires and modern nation-states. Lessons for modern individuals. Strategic cultural tolerance. Learn the military geographic location in shaping geopolitical influence and economic influence subsequent cultural exchange and modern nation-states. Emphasize the benefits of lessons for modern individual cultural exchange and strategic cultural tolerance and resilience. Learn the military geographic location. Study adaptive military strategies and economic influence of balancing cultural exchange and modern nation-states. Emphasize the benefits of lessons for modern individual development and strategic cultural tolerance. Learn the military geographic location, the study and adaptive military strategies, and economic administrative balancing cultural exchange and modern emphasize the benefits of lessons for modern individual development and strategic cultural tolerance. Learn the diverse cultural geographic location, the study and adaptive military strategies, and economic administrative balancing cultural exchange and modern emphasize the benefits of lessons for modern development and strategic cultural tolerance. Learn the diverse cultural strategies and government study and adaptive governance, provincialism and administrative empire power emphasizes each governed by a governor, Beylerbey, appointed by the Sultan. tax farmers, iltizam, and administrators, defterdars. Military administration. The Ottoman military, janissaries and sipahis, played a crucial role in maintaining imperial control and expanding territory. The Janissary Corps, in particular, was an elite force loyal to the Sultan and essential for military campaigns and internal security. Innovations in public works and infrastructure. Architectural legacy. The Ottomans left a rich architectural legacy, including mosques, palaces, such as the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul, bridges and public baths, hammams. These structures not only served practical purposes, but also symbolized Ottoman grandeur and cultural identity. Legacy and impact. The Ottoman Empire's governance and administrative innovations laid the groundwork for efficient statecraft and cultural cohesion across diverse territories and populations. These systems influenced subsequent empires and modern nation-states in the Middle East, Balkans, and beyond. Lessons for modern individuals. Effective governance. Learn from the Ottoman emphasis on centralized authority and decentralized administration in managing large-scale enterprises. Legal and judicial systems. Study the integration of religious and secular laws in promoting stability and fairness in governance. Infrastructure development. Understand the role of public works and architectural achievements in projecting state power and cultural identity. By exploring the Ottoman Empire's governance structure and administrative innovations in detail, this guide provides insights into how effective statecraft and cultural integration can shape long-term success and influence in global affairs. These lessons offer valuable perspectives applicable to contemporary challenges in governance, law, and infrastructure development. Military strategies and conquests. Military strategies and conquests were central to the Ottoman Empire's expansion and consolidation of power. The empire's military prowess and innovative tactics enabled it to become a dominant force across Europe, Asia, and Africa over several centuries. Military organization. Janissaries. The elite infantry of the Ottoman Empire, the Janissaries, were recruited from Christian boys in the empire's early years. They were known for their loyalty to the Sultan and their effectiveness in battle, making them a formidable force in both defensive and offensive campaigns. Sipi. The Ottoman cavalry, known as sipahis, played a crucial role in supporting the infantry and securing territorial gains. They were primarily composed of Turkish and Islamic warriors who were granted fiefs in return for military service. Military campaigns and conquests. Conquest of Constantinople, 1453. One of the most significant events in Ottoman history, the conquest of Constantinople under Sultan Mehmed II marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and established Istanbul as the new Ottoman capital. This conquest symbolized Ottoman military supremacy and expanded their influence into Europe. Expansion into the Balkans. The Ottomans conducted numerous campaigns in the Balkans, gradually incorporating territories such as Serbia, Bulgaria, and Greece into their empire. Key battles like the Battle of Kosovo, 1389, and the Battle of Mohacs, 1526, solidified Ottoman control over the region despite occasional setbacks. Campaigns in the Middle East and North Africa. The Ottomans expanded eastward into the Middle East, capturing territories including Syria, Iraq, and Egypt. These conquests strengthened Ottoman control over strategic trade routes and enriched the empire economically. Siege warfare and fortifications. Innovative siege techniques. The Ottomans were renowned for their advanced siege warfare techniques, including the use of cannons and elaborate fortifications. The successful sieges of Constantinople and other fortified cities demonstrated their engineering capabilities and military ingenuity. Legacy and impact. The Ottoman Empire's military strategies and conquests reshaped the geopolitical landscape of Europe, Asia, and Africa. Their ability to integrate diverse military forces, adopt new technologies, and adapt tactics to different terrains contributed to their longevity and influence. Lessons for modern individuals. Adaptive leadership. Learn from Ottoman leaders' ability to adapt military strategies to diverse challenges and environments. Technological innovation. Study the integration of new technologies like cannons and fortifications in enhancing military capabilities and effectiveness. Strategic planning. Understand the importance of long-term strategic planning and logistical support in sustaining military campaigns and territorial expansion. By exploring the Ottoman Empire's military strategies and conquests in detail, this guide provides insights into how effective military leadership and innovative tactics can influence historical outcomes and offer lessons applicable to contemporary challenges in defense, security, and international relations. These insights are crucial for understanding the complexities of statecraft and military history in a global context. 6. Cultural and artistic achievements. The Ottoman Empire was not only a political and military powerhouse, but also a center of rich cultural and artistic achievements. These cultural developments played a crucial role in shaping the empire's identity, fostering intellectual growth, and leaving a lasting legacy on global arts and architecture. Architecture, mosques, and palaces. Ottoman architecture is renowned for its grand mosques, adorned with intricate domes, minarets, and expansive courtyards. Examples include the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, Blue Mosque, and the Suleimani Mosque in Istanbul. Palaces like the Topkapi Palace served as administrative centers and luxurious residences for Ottoman sultans, showcasing opulent design and craftsmanship. Public works. The Ottomans constructed numerous public works projects, including bridges, aqueducts, and public baths, hammams, which facilitated urban development and improved quality of life for residents. Art and calligraphy. Miniature painting. Ottoman miniature painting flourished as a sophisticated art form depicting historical events, court scenes, and daily life. Miniaturists like Matraksi Nasu and Nakas Osman captured the vibrancy and diversity of Ottoman society through their detailed illustrations. Islamic calligraphy. Ottoman calligraphers mastered the art of Arabic script, creating intricate designs and manuscripts for religious texts, imperial decrees, firman, and decorative inscriptions in mosques and palaces. Calligraphers such as Sheikh Hamdullah and Hafiz Osman elevated calligraphy to an esteemed art form. Literature and poetry. Divan poetry. Ottoman poets, including Suleiman Çelebi and Bach, composed lyrical verses, ghazals, and qasidas that celebrated love, nature, and spirituality. Their works were collected in divan collections, reflecting the empire's poetic tradition and literary sophistication. Music and performing arts. Classical Ottoman music. Ottoman court musicians, aylar, and composers, bestekar, developed a distinctive musical tradition blending Turkish, Arabic, and Persian influences. Instruments like the oud, ni, and canon accompanied poetic verses in courtly performances and religious ceremonies. Legacy and impact. The Ottoman Empire's cultural and artistic achievements left a profound impact on subsequent civilizations, influencing Islamic art and architecture in the Middle East, North Africa, and the Balkans. The empire's cultural legacy continues to inspire artists, architects, and scholars worldwide. Lessons for modern individuals. Cultural heritage. Appreciate the importance of preserving cultural heritage and artistic traditions in fostering societal identity and cohesion. Innovation and adaptation. Study how the Ottomans integrated diverse cultural influences to create a unique artistic and architectural style that reflected their multicultural society. Creative expression. Emphasize the role of art, literature, and music in promoting cross-cultural understanding and enriching global cultural dialogue. By exploring the Ottoman Empire's cultural and artistic achievements in detail, this guide provides insights into how artistic expression, architectural innovation, and cultural patronage contributed to the empire's enduring legacy and relevance in global history. These insights are essential for understanding the intersection of art, culture, and politics in shaping societies and fostering creativity across diverse civilizations. Suleiman the Magnificent and the Golden Age. Suleiman the Magnificent, also known as Suleiman I, was one of the most influential and celebrated rulers of the Ottoman Empire, reigning from 1520 to 1566. His era, often referred to as the Golden Age of the Ottoman Empire, marked a period of significant cultural, military, and diplomatic achievements. Early life and ascension. Suleiman ascended to the Ottoman throne in 1520 after the death of his father, Selim I. He inherited an empire that had already expanded significantly under previous rulers, but faced challenges from rival powers in Europe and the Middle East. Military campaigns and conquests. Expansion in Europe. Suleiman led several successful military campaigns in Europe, including the conquest of Belgrade in 1521 and the capture of Rhodes in 1522. His most notable military achievement was the capture of Hungary and the famous siege of Vienna in 1529. Although Vienna itself was not taken, the Ottoman army reached its walls for the first time, marking a significant threat to the European states. Conquest of North Africa. In addition to European campaigns, Suleiman expanded Ottoman control into North Africa, capturing key territories such as Algiers and Tripoli, and consolidating Ottoman influence across the Mediterranean. Legal and administrative reforms. Suleiman implemented significant legal reforms known as the Kanun, the Code of Laws, which standardized and organized the Ottoman legal system. These reforms aimed to ensure justice, fairness, and consistency in governance across the empire. Cultural patronage and artistic flourishing. Suleiman was a patron of the arts and literature, supporting Ottoman scholars, poets, and architects. His court, known for its intellectual vibrancy, fostered the development of Ottoman literature, music, and architecture, contributing to the empire's cultural renaissance. Diplomatic relations and legacy. Suleiman's diplomatic prowess and strategic alliances with European states, such as France, enabled the Ottomans to maintain stability and expand their influence in the Mediterranean and beyond. His reign is remembered as a period of Ottoman supremacy and cultural flourishing. Legacy and impact. Suleiman the Magnificent's reign symbolizes the peak of Ottoman power and influence, characterized by military conquests, cultural achievements, and diplomatic finesse. His legacy continues to inspire admiration and scholarly study, highlighting the Ottoman Empire's role as a global superpower during the Renaissance period. Lessons for modern individuals. Leadership and diplomacy. Learn from Suleiman's strategic vision and diplomatic skills in navigating complex international relations. Cultural renaissance. Understand the importance of cultural patronage and intellectual freedom in fostering artistic and literary achievements. Legal reform. Emphasize the role of legal reforms in promoting justice and stability in governance. By exploring Suleiman the Magnificent's reign and the Golden Age of the Ottoman Empire in detail, this guide provides insights into how visionary leadership, military prowess, and cultural patronage shaped one of history's most influential periods. These insights offer valuable perspectives applicable to contemporary challenges in leadership, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. Expansion into Europe and Asia. The Ottoman Empire's expansion into Europe and Asia was a defining feature of its history, shaping geopolitical dynamics and cultural exchange across continents. This period saw significant military campaigns, diplomatic alliances, and cultural integration that expanded Ottoman influence far beyond its Anatolian origins. Expansion into Europe. Conquest of Constantinople, 1453. Under Sultan Mehmed II, the Ottomans captured Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire, in 1453. This conquest marked the end of Byzantine rule and established Istanbul, formerly Constantinople, as the new Ottoman capital and a major center of trade, culture, and political power in Europe. Balkan campaigns. Following the conquest of Constantinople, the Ottomans expanded into the Balkans, incorporating territories such as Serbia, Bulgaria, Greece, and Albania into their empire. Key battles like the Battle of Kosovo, 1389, and the Battle of Mohacs, 1526, solidified Ottoman control over these regions despite resistance from European coalitions. Siege of Vienna, 1529. One of the most famous Ottoman campaigns in Europe was the Siege of Vienna in 1529. Although the Ottomans were unable to capture the city, the siege demonstrated their military capabilities and marked a significant turning point in European history, highlighting the Ottoman Empire as a formidable threat to Western powers. Expansion into Asia and the Middle East. Conquests in the Middle East. The Ottomans expanded eastward into the Middle East, capturing territories including Syria, Iraq, and Egypt. These conquests solidified Ottoman control over strategic trade routes, connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe, and enriched the empire economically. Expansion into North Africa. Ottoman expansion into North Africa included the capture of key territories such as Algiers and Tripoli, establishing Ottoman naval dominance in the Mediterranean and extending influence across the Maghreb region. Cultural and religious integration. Multicultural society. The Ottoman Empire was known for its multicultural and multi-religious society, integrating diverse populations, including Muslims, Christians, Jews, and others. This diversity contributed to the empire's cultural richness and economic prosperity, fostering trade, intellectual exchange, and artistic development. Legacy and impact. The Ottoman Empire's expansion into Europe and Asia reshaped the geopolitical landscape of Eurasia, establishing a vast multicultural empire that bridged continents and civilizations. Ottoman influence left lasting legacies in art, architecture, governance, and cultural exchange, impacting subsequent empires and modern nation-states. Lessons for modern individuals. Geopolitical strategy. Study Ottoman strategies in expanding across diverse regions and maintaining territorial integrity through diplomacy and military strength. Cultural pluralism. Emphasize the benefits of cultural diversity and religious tolerance in fostering unity and economic prosperity. Global connectivity. Understand the role of trade routes and strategic alliances in promoting global connectivity and economic growth. By exploring the Ottoman Empire's expansion into Europe and Asia in detail, this guide provides insights into how geopolitical strategy, cultural integration, and economic expansion shaped one of the world's most influential empires. These insights offer valuable perspectives applicable to contemporary challenges in international relations, cultural diplomacy, and economic development. Diplomatic relations and alliances. Diplomatic relations and alliances played a crucial role in the Ottoman Empire's foreign policy, enabling it to navigate complex geopolitical dynamics, secure territorial gains, and maintain stability across its vast domains. This section explores the Ottoman Empire's diplomatic strategies, key alliances, and their impact on global affairs. Strategic alliances. Franco-Ottoman alliance. One of the most significant alliances in Ottoman history was the Franco-Ottoman alliance established in the 16th century. This alliance between the Ottoman Empire and France, under Francis I, and later Henry II, aimed to counterbalance Habsburg influence in Europe and the Mediterranean. It led to joint military campaigns against the Habsburgs and facilitated cultural exchange between the Ottoman and European courts. Alliance with Safavid Persia. Despite religious differences, the Ottomans occasionally formed alliances with Safavid Persia, particularly against common threats such as the Portuguese and Mamluks. These alliances helped stabilize the Ottoman-Persian border and maintain regional balance of power in the Middle East. Diplomatic maneuvering. Treaties and diplomatic missions. The Ottomans used treaties, odd names, and diplomatic missions, LSUI, to formalize agreements, establish trade relations, and negotiate peace treaties with European powers, Safavid Persia, and other neighboring states. Diplomatic envoys played a crucial role in conveying messages and maintaining diplomatic channels during times of peace and conflict. Military alliances and coalition building. Military cooperation. The Ottomans forged military alliances with various states to enhance their military capabilities and expand territorial influence. These alliances often involve joint military campaigns, intelligence sharing, and logistical support to achieve common strategic objectives. Cultural and economic diplomacy. Cultural exchange. Diplomatic relations fostered cultural exchange between the Ottoman Empire and its allies, promoting the exchange of ideas, art, literature, and scientific knowledge. Cultural diplomacy played a role in enhancing mutual understanding and cooperation among diverse civilizations. Legacy and impact. The Ottoman Empire's diplomatic relations and alliances contributed to its status as a global superpower, facilitating territorial expansion, economic prosperity, and cultural influence across Europe, Asia, and Africa. These diplomatic strategies shaped international relations and influenced subsequent diplomatic practices in global politics. Lessons for modern individuals. Strategic diplomacy. Learn from Ottoman diplomatic strategies in building alliances, managing conflicts, and advancing national interests through peaceful means. Cultural diplomacy. Emphasize the role of cultural exchange and mutual respect in strengthening international relations and promoting global cooperation. Conflict resolution. Study how diplomatic negotiations and treaties can resolve conflicts and maintain regional stability in a diverse geopolitical landscape. By exploring the Ottoman Empire's diplomatic relations and alliances in detail, this guide provides insights into how strategic diplomacy, cultural exchange, and military cooperation shaped global history and offer valuable lessons applicable to contemporary challenges in diplomacy, international relations, and conflict resolution. These insights highlight the complexities of statecraft and the importance of diplomacy in maintaining global peace and stability. Causes of decline and internal challenges. The decline of the Ottoman Empire, once a global superpower, was influenced by a combination of internal factors and external pressures. This section examines the primary causes of Ottoman decline and the internal challenges that contributed to the empire's weakening over time. 1. Economic decline. Financial mismanagement, inefficient taxation systems, corruption among officials, and the misuse of state funds weakened the Ottoman economy. The empire struggled to finance military campaigns, maintain infrastructure, and support administrative functions, leading to economic stagnation and debt. Decline in trade and commerce. Competition from European powers and disruptions to trade routes, particularly after the discovery of new sea routes during the Age of Exploration, reduced Ottoman control over lucrative trade networks. This decline in commerce diminished the empire's economic vitality and revenue streams. 2. Social and demographic changes. Population growth and urbanization. Rapid population growth in urban centers strained resources, exacerbated social inequality, and challenged the empire's ability to provide basic services such as food, housing, and healthcare to its citizens. Ethnic and religious tensions. Internal divisions among ethnic groups and religious communities, exacerbated by discriminatory policies and unequal treatment, undermined social cohesion and contributed to unrest within the empire. 3. Military weaknesses. Technological stagnation. The Ottomans fell behind European powers in military technology and innovation, particularly in naval warfare and artillery. This technological gap weakened Ottoman military effectiveness and defensive capabilities against external threats. Janissary Corps. Once a formidable military force, the Janissaries became increasingly corrupt, rebellious, and resistant to reforms. Their influence over Ottoman politics and military decisions hindered efforts to modernize and adapt to changing military strategies. 4. Political instability and decentralization. Succession crisis. Challenges in succession and disputes over the throne led to political instability and civil wars among competing factions within the Ottoman elite. These internal power struggles weakened central authority and hindered effective governance. Provincial autonomy. Governors, beylerbeys, and local elites gained increasing autonomy, challenging centralized control from Constantinople. This decentralization weakened the empire's ability to enforce laws, collect taxes, and maintain order across its diverse territories. 5. External pressures and imperial overreach. European expansionism. European powers, particularly Austria, Russia, and Venice, encroached on Ottoman territories in Europe and the Mediterranean, challenging Ottoman dominance and triggering conflicts that strained imperial resources. Loss of territory. Military defeats and territorial losses, such as the Treaty of Karlowitz, 1699, and the Treaty of Passarowitz, 1718, reduced the Ottoman Empire's territorial holdings in Europe and weakened its geopolitical influence. Legacy and lessons learned. The decline of the Ottoman Empire serves as a cautionary tale about the challenges of maintaining a vast multinational empire amidst economic, social, and political upheavals. Lessons include the importance of economic reform, social cohesion, military modernization, and effective governance in sustaining long-term imperial stability. By exploring the causes of Ottoman decline and internal challenges in detail, this guide provides insights into how historical factors and internal dynamics shape the trajectory of one of history's most influential empires. These insights offer valuable lessons applicable to contemporary challenges in governance, economic management, and societal cohesion in diverse geopolitical contexts. Legacy of the Ottoman Empire in modern states. The Ottoman Empire's legacy continues to influence modern states across the Middle East, Balkans, and North Africa. This section explores the lasting impact of Ottoman culture, governance, architecture, and geopolitical dynamics on contemporary nations and societies. 1. Cultural heritage. Architecture and urban planning. Ottoman architecture, characterized by majestic mosques, palaces, and public buildings, continues to shape the skyline of modern cities such as Istanbul, Bursa, and Edirne. Architectural styles like the Ottoman domes and minarets are iconic symbols of cultural identity and historical continuity. Language and literature. Ottoman Turkish, with its blend of Arabic, Persian, and Turkish influences, contributed to the linguistic diversity of modern Turkish and other regional languages. Ottoman literature, including poetry and historical chronicles, remains studied and appreciated for its literary richness and cultural insights. 2. Legal and administrative systems. Legal codes. Elements of Ottoman legal codes, such as family law, canon, and commercial regulations, continue to influence legal systems in modern states once part of the Ottoman Empire. These legal traditions provide a historical foundation for contemporary judicial practices and legislative frameworks. Administrative structures. Ottoman administrative structures, including provincial governance, vilayets, and local councils, municipalities, laid the groundwork for modern bureaucratic systems and decentralized governance models in successor states. 3. Social and religious practices. Multiculturalism. The Ottoman Empire's legacy of religious tolerance and coexistence shaped diverse societies in modern states, fostering religious pluralism and cultural diversity. This heritage influences social integration policies and interfaith dialogue in contemporary contexts. Traditional practices. Customs and traditions inherited from Ottoman times, such as culinary arts, folk music, and religious ceremonies, continue to be preserved and celebrated as cultural heritage in Turkey, the Balkans, and other regions. 4. Geopolitical influence. Borders and boundaries. Ottoman territorial legacies, including borders drawn through treaties and agreements, influence modern state boundaries in Southeast Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. These borders often reflect historical Ottoman territorial expansions and geopolitical strategies. Regional stability. Ottoman diplomatic practices and alliances have left a legacy of regional stability frameworks and diplomatic relations among modern states, facilitating cooperation and conflict resolution in a historically interconnected region. 5. Economic impact. Trade routes and commerce. Ottoman-era trade routes, such as the Silk Road and Mediterranean trade networks, continue to influence regional economic integration and cross-border trade agreements. Modern economies in the region benefit from historical commercial ties and infrastructure developments. Legacy and lessons learned. The Ottoman Empire's legacy underscores the enduring impact of historical empires on contemporary geopolitics, cultural identities, and societal norms. Lessons include the importance of cultural preservation, intercultural dialogue, and adaptive governance in managing diverse societies and fostering regional cooperation. By exploring the legacy of the Ottoman Empire in modern states in detail, this guide provides insights into how historical continuity, cultural heritage, and geopolitical dynamics shape contemporary national identities and international relations. These insights offer valuable perspectives applicable to contemporary challenges in heritage preservation, multiculturalism, and diplomatic engagement in a globalized world. 12. Cultural, architectural, and linguistic heritage. The Ottoman Empire's cultural, architectural, and linguistic heritage left a profound and enduring impact on the regions it once governed. This section explores how Ottoman cultural traditions, architectural achievements, and linguistic influences continue to shape contemporary societies and cultural identities. 1. Cultural heritage. Literature and poetry. Ottoman literature, spanning poetry, divan poetry, historical chronicles, tezkires, and philosophical treatises, reflects the empire's rich literary tradition. Works by poets like Suleiman and Bach continue to be studied and appreciated for their linguistic elegance and thematic depth. Music and performing arts. Ottoman classical music, characterized by intricate melodies and traditional instruments such as the oud and ney, remains influential in Turkish and regional musical traditions. Cultural festivals and performances celebrate Ottoman music and dance forms, preserving their cultural significance. Culinary arts. Ottoman cuisine, known for its diverse flavors and use of fresh ingredients, continues to inspire modern Turkish and Mediterranean culinary practices. Dishes like kebabs, baklava, and Turkish delight reflect the empire's culinary legacy and regional gastronomic diversity. 2. Architectural heritage. Mosques and palaces. Ottoman architecture is renowned for its grand mosques, characterized by soaring minarets, expansive domes, and intricate tile work. Architectural masterpieces such as the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, Blue Mosque, and Topkapi Palace in Istanbul showcase Ottoman design principles and craftsmanship. Public buildings. Ottoman urban planning emphasized the construction of public baths, hammams, caravanserais, and marketplaces, bazaars, enhancing civic life and trade infrastructure in urban centers across the empire. 3. Linguistic heritage. Ottoman Turkish. The Ottoman Empire's official language, Ottoman Turkish, served as a lingua franca among diverse ethnic and linguistic groups within the empire. It evolved from a blend of Turkish, Arabic, and Persian influences, contributing to the linguistic diversity of modern Turkish and regional languages. Literary legacy. Ottoman Turkish literature, including religious texts, legal documents, firmans, and diplomatic correspondences, preserved historical narratives and administrative records essential for understanding Ottoman governance and cultural norms. Legacy and impact. The Ottoman Empire's cultural, architectural, and linguistic heritage underscores its role as a bridge between Eastern and Western civilizations, influencing artistic expression, urban development, and linguistic evolution in contemporary societies. Heritage preservation efforts, cultural festivals, and educational initiatives promote awareness of Ottoman traditions, fostering pride in cultural identity and historical continuity among modern populations. Lessons for modern individuals. Cultural preservation emphasize the insights into how historical legacies shape contemporary cultural identities, artistic expressions, and societal values. These insights offer valuable perspectives applicable to heritage conservation, cultural diplomacy, and intercultural dialogue in a globalized world. Detailed exploration of the Ottoman dynasties. The Ottoman Empire was ruled by a series of dynasties that spanned over 6 centuries, each leaving a distinct mark on the empire's governance, culture, and military prowess. This section delves into the major Ottoman dynasties, their key rulers, contributions, and the evolution of imperial authority over time. 1. Osmanli, Ottoman Dynasty, 1299 to 1922. Founding and expansion. The Osmanli, Ottoman Dynasty, named after its founder Osman I, 1299 to 1326, established the Ottoman Principality in northwest Anatolia. Osman I consolidated Turkish tribes and expanded Ottoman control over neighboring territories, laying the foundation for future imperial expansion. Key rulers. Notable sultans of the Ottoman dynasty include Mehmed II, Mehmed the Conqueror, who captured Constantinople in 1453, Suleiman I, Suleiman the Magnificent, known for his military campaigns and cultural patronage, and Selim I, Selim the Grim, who expanded Ottoman territories into the Middle East and North Africa. Administrative innovations. The Ottoman dynasty introduced administrative reforms such as the devshirme system, recruitment of Christian boys for military and administrative service, centralized governance through provincial governors, beylerbeys, and the establishment of legal codes, kanunning, to regulate social and economic life. 2. Köprülü Dynasty, 1656 to 1703. Reform and stabilization. The Köprülü dynasty emerged during a period of Ottoman decline and internal strife, focusing on administrative reforms and military revitalization. Grand viziers such as Mehmed Köprülü and Kara Mustafa Pasha implemented policies to strengthen central authority, curb corruption, and restore financial stability. Military campaigns. Under the Köprülüs, the Ottomans achieved military successes against European coalitions and Safavid Persia, stabilizing the empire's borders and restoring confidence in Ottoman military capabilities. 3. Tulip period and later dynasties, 18th–19th centuries. Cultural and artistic flourishing. The Tulip period, 1718 to 1730, marked a cultural renaissance in Ottoman court life, characterized by the patronage of arts, literature, and architecture. Later Ottoman dynasties, including the successors to the Osmanlis, navigated through periods of reform, territorial loss, and Western influence. Administrative challenges. Ottoman governance faced increasing challenges from European expansionism, internal rebellions, and economic pressures. Dynastic changes and succession disputes further complicated efforts to modernize and adapt to changing geopolitical realities. Legacy and impact. The Ottoman dynasties left a lasting legacy of cultural patronage, administrative innovations, and military prowess that shaped the empire's rise to power and enduring influence across Eurasia and North Africa. Lessons from Ottoman dynastic rule include the importance of adaptive leadership, institutional resilience, and strategic alliances in maintaining imperial stability and managing diverse multicultural societies. By exploring the Ottoman dynasties in detail, this guide provides insights into how succession, governance, and cultural patronage influenced the empire's evolution and impact on world history. These insights offer valuable perspectives applicable to contemporary studies in leadership, statecraft, and historical continuity in diverse geopolitical contexts. Biographies of key sultans and influential family members. The Ottoman Empire was shaped by the leadership and contributions of key sultans and influential family members who governed the empire over centuries. This section explores their biographies, roles, achievements, and the lessons learned from their legacies. Osman I reigned 1299 to 1326. Osman I, also known as Osman Gazi, is revered as the founder of the Ottoman Empire. Born around 1258, he established the Ottoman Principality, Beylik, in northwest Anatolia, which became the nucleus of the future Ottoman Empire. Osman's leadership and strategic vision played a pivotal role in shaping the early Ottoman state. Achievements: consolidation of Turkish tribes. Osman I consolidated various Turkish tribes and clans under his rule, uniting them against Byzantine and Seljuk Turkish principalities in Anatolia. Expansion of Ottoman control. Under Osman's leadership, the Ottoman Principality expanded its control over key strategic locations in northwest Anatolia, including Bursa and Sogod. These conquests worked for further territorial expansion. Establishment of the Ottoman dynasty. Osman I founded the Osmanli Ottoman dynasty, which would rule over a vast empire for over 6 centuries. The dynasty's establishment provided a stable foundation for future sultans to build upon. Legacy. Emphasis on leadership. Osman I's leadership qualities, including his ability to unite diverse Turkish tribes and establish effective governance structures, set a precedent for future Ottoman rulers. His leadership style emphasized unity, discipline, and strategic foresight. Strategic alliances. Osman I recognized the importance of forming alliances with neighboring states and tribes to strengthen the Ottoman Principality against external threats. This emphasis on strategic alliances would be a recurring theme in Ottoman diplomacy. Territorial expansion. Osman I's territorial conquests laid the groundwork for the Ottoman Empire's subsequent expansion into Europe, Asia Minor, and the Middle East. His early successes established a precedent for Ottoman military campaigns and administrative governance. Osman I's legacy as the founder of the Ottoman Empire underscores his role in shaping the empire's early development, from a small principality to a dominant force in the region. His achievements in consolidating power, expanding territory, and establishing effective governance structures set the stage for centuries of Ottoman influence and rule. Orhan I reigned 1326 to 1362. Orhan I, the son of Osman I, succeeded his father as the second ruler of the Ottoman Empire. His reign marked a period of significant territorial expansion and consolidation of Ottoman power in Anatolia and beyond. Achievements. Expansion into Thrace. Orhan I expanded Ottoman control westward into Thrace, a strategic region linking Anatolia with Europe. This expansion provided the Ottomans with access to important trade routes and facilitated further military campaigns into European territories. Capture of Bursa. One of Orhan's most notable achievements was the capture of Bursa from the Byzantine Empire in 1326. Bursa became the first major Ottoman city and served as the capital of the Ottoman Empire until Mehmed II relocated the capital to Constantinople, Istanbul, in 1453. The capture of Bursa not only symbolized Ottoman military prowess, but also established a key administrative and cultural center for the empire. Consolidation of Ottoman rule. Orhan I consolidated Ottoman control over Anatolian territories previously held by Byzantine and other Turkish principalities. His administrative reforms and military campaigns laid the foundation for future Ottoman expansion and governance. Legacy. Continuation of expansion. Orhan I continued his father Osman I's legacy of territorial expansion and conquest. By securing Thrace and capturing Bursa, he expanded Ottoman influence into Europe and solidified the empire's presence on both sides of the Bosporus. Establishment of Bursa. The capture and development of Bursa under Orhan I established the city as a significant cultural, economic, and administrative hub of the Ottoman Empire. Bursa's strategic location and thriving economy contributed to the empire's prosperity and growth. Strategic leadership. Orhan I demonstrated effective leadership in military campaigns and governance, setting a precedent for future Ottoman rulers. His ability to manage diverse territories and populations contributed to the empire's stability and expansion. Orhan I's reign marked a crucial period in Ottoman history, characterized by territorial expansion, administrative consolidation, and cultural development. His achievements in expanding Ottoman territory into Europe and establishing Bursa as a key city underscored the empire's growing influence and set the stage for future Ottoman expansion and dominance in the region. Murad I reigned 1362 to 1389. Murad I, also known as Murad Hidavendigar, ascended to the Ottoman throne after his father, Orhan I. His reign was marked by significant military campaigns and territorial expansion, consolidating Ottoman control over Anatolia and expanding into the Balkans. Achievements. Consolidation of Ottoman control. Murad I continued his predecessor's efforts to consolidate Ottoman rule over Anatolia. He strengthened administrative structures and integrated newly conquered territories into the Ottoman state. Capture of Adrianople. One of Murad's major achievements was the capture of Adrianople, modern Edirne, in 1361. Adrianople became a key Ottoman stronghold in the Balkans, serving as a strategic military and administrative center. Defeat of Serbian and Bulgarian armies. Murad I decisively defeated Serbian and Bulgarian armies in several battles, including the Battle of Maritsa in 1371 and the Battle of Kosovo in 1389. These victories solidified Ottoman military dominance in the region and expanded Ottoman influence over neighboring states. Death. Battle of Kosovo, 1389. Murad I was killed in battle against the Serbian army led by Prince Lazar at the Battle of Kosovo in 1389. Despite his death, the Ottomans emerged victorious, securing their control over Serbia and further consolidating their dominance in the Balkans. Legacy. Military dominance in the Balkans. Murad I's military campaigns and victories established Ottoman dominance in the Balkans. His conquests and strategic maneuvers weakened Byzantine and Serbian resistance, paving the way for further Ottoman expansion into Europe. Contributions to Ottoman expansion. Murad I's reign marked a period of significant territorial expansion and consolidation. His military successes laid the foundation for future Ottoman expansion into Eastern Europe and the Mediterranean. Administrative and military reforms. Murad I implemented administrative reforms to manage newly acquired territories effectively. His military strategies and leadership style influenced subsequent Ottoman rulers, emphasizing the importance of military prowess and strategic planning. Murad I's legacy as a military strategist and empire builder contributed greatly to the expansion and consolidation of the Ottoman Empire. His conquests in the Balkans and Anatolia established Ottoman military dominance and set the stage for the empire's further expansion into Europe and Asia. His death in battle underscored the risks and sacrifices associated with Ottoman military campaigns, but solidified his reputation as a formidable leader in Ottoman history. Bayezid I reigned 1389 to 1402. Bayezid I, also known as Bayezid I Celebi or Bayezid the Thunderbolt, succeeded his father Murad I as the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His reign was marked by significant military campaigns and territorial expansion, as well as encounters with formidable external adversaries. Achievements. Expansion in the Balkans and Anatolia. Bayezid I continued Ottoman expansion into the Balkans, consolidating Ottoman control over regions previously held by Serbian and Bulgarian states. He also extended Ottoman territories deeper into Anatolia, securing key strategic positions and trade routes. Capture of Thessaloniki. One of Bayezid's notable achievements was the capture of Thessaloniki in 1387, a major Byzantine city in Greece. This conquest further enhanced Ottoman influence in the Balkans and solidified Ottoman control over the region. Military campaigns. Bayezid I was renowned for his military prowess and conducted numerous successful campaigns against rival states and regional powers. His military campaigns not only expanded Ottoman territory, but also enhanced the empire's reputation as a formidable military force in the region. Death. Battle of Ankara, 1402. Bayezid I suffered a major setback when he was captured by Tamerlane, the powerful ruler of the Timurid Empire, at the Battle of Ankara in 1402. This defeat marked a significant turning point in Ottoman history, demonstrating the vulnerability of Ottoman military power against external threats. Legacy. Military vulnerability. Bayezid I's capture by Timur highlighted the vulnerability of the Ottoman Empire to external threats and the challenges of maintaining territorial integrity amidst powerful rivals. The defeat at Ankara underscored the importance of military strategy, alliances, and preparedness in safeguarding Ottoman interests. Expansion and consolidation. Despite his eventual defeat, Bayezid I's reign saw significant expansion of Ottoman territories and consolidation of Ottoman rule over diverse regions. His conquests in the Balkans and Anatolia laid the groundwork for future Ottoman territorial growth and administrative stability. Impact on succession. Bayezid I's capture by Timur led to a period of internal strife known as the Ottoman Interregnum, 1402 to 1413, during which his sons fought for control of the empire. This period highlighted the challenges of succession and governance within the Ottoman state. Bayezid I's reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire was marked by both military triumphs and the sobering lesson of military vulnerability. His conquests expanded Ottoman influence in Europe and Asia Minor, while his defeat at the hands of Timur emphasized the complexities of maintaining imperial power amidst external threats. His legacy as a warrior sultan and empire builder contributed significantly to Ottoman history, influencing subsequent rulers and shaping the empire's trajectory in the centuries to come. Mehmed I reigned 1413 to 1421. Mehmed I, also known as Mehmed Çelebi, ascended to the Ottoman throne during a period of internal strife known as the Ottoman Interregnum, 1402 to 1413. His reign marked a period of consolidation and restoration of stability following the chaotic aftermath of Bayezid I's defeat at the Battle of Ankara. Achievements. Restoration of Ottoman stability. Mehmed I restored internal stability and unity within the Ottoman Empire after the tumultuous period of the Interregnum. He consolidated his authority and quelled rebellions and internal dissent, reaffirming Ottoman control over Anatolia and the Balkans. Administrative reforms. Mehmed I initiated administrative reforms aimed at strengthening imperial governance and centralizing authority. These reforms included restructuring administrative divisions, appointing capable officials, and improving taxation and revenue systems to ensure the empire's economic stability. Diplomatic initiatives. Mehmed I pursued diplomatic initiatives to secure peace with neighboring states and stabilize Ottoman borders. His diplomatic efforts aimed at forging alliances and resolving territorial disputes contributed to the empire's external security and diplomatic prestige. Death. Natural causes. 1421. Mehmed I passed away from natural causes in 1421, marking the end of his reign. His death was followed by a smooth succession process, demonstrating the stability he had restored to the Ottoman state during his rule. Legacy. Administrative reforms. Mehmed I's administrative reforms laid the foundation for efficient governance and bureaucratic management within the Ottoman Empire. His reforms enhanced the empire's capacity to govern vast territories and diverse populations, contributing to long-term stability and prosperity. Stabilization of the Ottoman state. Mehmed I's reign stabilized the Ottoman state after a period of internal turmoil and succession conflicts. His ability to restore unity and cohesion within the empire strengthened Ottoman resilience against external threats and internal challenges. Foundations for future expansion. Mehmed I's consolidation of Ottoman rule and establishment of administrative structures provided a stable platform for future Ottoman expansion and territorial growth. His reign marked a transitional period towards the empire's golden age under subsequent rulers. Mehmed I's legacy as a stabilizing force and reformer within the Ottoman Empire remains significant in Ottoman history. His efforts to restore stability, implement administrative reforms, and strengthen imperial governance set a precedent for effective rule and leadership, influencing the trajectory of the empire in the centuries to come. Murad II reigned 1421 to 1444, 1446 to 1451. Murad II, also known as Murad II Hudavendigar, succeeded his father, Mehmed II, as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His reign was characterized by efforts to consolidate Ottoman control over the Balkans and Anatolia, amidst internal challenges and external threats. Achievements. Consolidation of Ottoman control. Murad II focused on consolidating Ottoman territorial gains in the Balkans and Anatolia. He reinforced administrative structures and military presence in key regions to strengthen Ottoman authority and suppress local rebellions. Murad II successfully suppressed internal rebellions and revolts within the empire, asserting central authority and restoring stability. His military campaigns also aimed at expanding Ottoman influence and defending against external threats, including Crusader armies in the Balkans. Defeat of Crusader armies. Murad II achieved notable victories against Crusader armies in the Balkans, consolidating Ottoman control over strategic territories and securing Ottoman dominance in the region. Death, abdication, and resumption. Murad II abdicated the throne in 1444 in favor of his son, Mehmed II, but resumed power in 1446 due to internal strife and external threats. He died of natural causes in 1451, passing the throne to Mehmed II permanently. Legacy. Military and administrative strengthening. Murad II's reign strengthened Ottoman military and administrative institutions, laying the groundwork for future conquests and territorial expansion. His reforms and military campaigns enhanced the empire's capacity to govern and defend its vast territories. Preparation for future conquests. Murad II's efforts to fortify Ottoman military capabilities and administrative efficiency set the stage for Mehmed II's successful conquest of Constantinople in 1453. His legacy as a strategic ruler and military leader contributed to the Ottoman Empire's ascendancy in the Eastern Mediterranean and Balkans. Transition to Mehmed II. Murad II's decision to abdicate and later resume power, followed by his passing of the throne to Mehmed II, marked a smooth succession process that ensured continuity of Ottoman governance and military leadership. Murad II's reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire was instrumental in consolidating Ottoman power and preparing the empire for its expansion into new territories. His military successes, administrative reforms, and strategic decisions laid a solid foundation for future Ottoman achievements under his successor, Mehmed II, and subsequent rulers of the empire. Mehmed II, Mehmed the Conqueror, reigned 1444 to 1446, 1451 to 1481. Mehmed II, also known as Mehmed the Conqueror or Mehmed Fatih, ascended to the Ottoman throne during a period of internal strife and external threats. His reign is prominently marked by the conquest of Constantinople and significant territorial expansion. Achievements. Capture of Constantinople, 1453. Mehmed II's most famous achievement was the capture of Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire, in 1453. This conquest marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and established Ottoman dominance over one of the most strategic and culturally significant cities in Europe. Renaming Constantinople to Istanbul. Mehmed II transformed Constantinople into Istanbul, symbolizing the city's transition from Byzantine to Ottoman rule. Istanbul became the new capital of the Ottoman Empire and a cultural, political, and economic center of the Islamic world. Establishment of Topkapi Palace. Mehmed II established the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul as the primary residence and administrative center of the Ottoman sultans. The palace served as a symbol of Ottoman grandeur and power, housing the imperial court and government offices. Cultural and artistic patronage. Mehmed II promoted cultural and artistic patronage, attracting scholars, artists, and intellectuals to Istanbul. His support for architecture, calligraphy, literature, and the sciences enriched Ottoman cultural heritage and contributed to the empire's intellectual renaissance. Death. Natural causes. 1481. Mehmed II passed away from natural causes in 1481, marking the end of his reign. His death was followed by a period of mourning and succession arrangements within the Ottoman court. Legacy. Solidification of Ottoman dominance. Mehmed II's conquests in the Balkans and the Levant solidified Ottoman dominance in Southeast Europe and extended Ottoman influence into the Eastern Mediterranean. His military successes and administrative reforms strengthened Ottoman territorial integrity and governance. Cultural and commercial hub. Mehmed II's patronage of art, architecture, and literature, coupled with the establishment of Istanbul as the imperial capital, transformed the city into a vibrant cultural and commercial hub. Istanbul's strategic location facilitated trade routes and cultural exchange between Europe and Asia, enhancing the city's significance in the Islamic world. Architectural marvels. Mehmed II's architectural projects, including mosques, palaces, and public buildings, exemplified Ottoman architectural style and innovation. His construction projects not only beautified Istanbul, but also showcased Ottoman engineering prowess and artistic achievements. Mehmed II's reign as Mehmed the Conqueror marked a pivotal era in Ottoman history, characterized by monumental conquests, cultural achievements, and territorial expansion. His legacy as a visionary leader and patron of the arts continues to influence perceptions of Ottoman greatness and Istanbul's status as a global city. Bayezid II reigned 1481 to 1512. Bayezid II, the son of Mehmed II, ascended to the Ottoman throne following his father's death. His reign was characterized by efforts to consolidate Ottoman control over newly acquired territories and to promote cultural and administrative stability within the empire. Achievements. Consolidation of Ottoman control. Bayezid II focused on consolidating Ottoman rule over territories in the Balkans, Anatolia, and the Middle East. He reinforced administrative structures, improved taxation systems, and strengthened military defenses to maintain internal order and defend Ottoman borders. Educational institutions. Bayezid II established and supported educational institutions, including madrasas, Islamic schools, and libraries throughout the empire. These institutions promoted Islamic scholarship, scientific learning, and cultural exchange, contributing to the intellectual development of Ottoman society. Artistic patronage. Bayezid II patronized the arts and cultural activities, fostering a vibrant cultural environment in cities like Istanbul. His support for architecture, calligraphy, literature, and music enriched Ottoman cultural heritage and attracted scholars and artists from across the Islamic world. Stabilization of Ottoman administration. Bayezid II implemented administrative reforms aimed at improving governance and bureaucratic efficiency. His reforms standardized administrative practices, streamlined judicial procedures, and enhanced the role of appointed officials in managing local and provincial affairs. Death. Abdication. 1512. Bayezid II abdicated the throne in 1512 in favor of his son, Suleiman, due to deteriorating health and political pressures. His decision ensured a smooth transition of power within the Ottoman dynasty. Legacy. Cultural and educational advancements. Bayezid II's patronage of education and the arts fostered intellectual growth and cultural prosperity within the Ottoman Empire. His support for educational institutions laid the groundwork for future advancements in science, literature, and Islamic scholarship. Administrative stability. Bayezid II's administrative reforms strengthened Ottoman governance and facilitated efficient administration of the empire's diverse territories. His emphasis on bureaucratic organization and judicial reform contributed to the long-term stability of Ottoman rule. Transition to Selim I. Bayezid II's decision to abdicate in favor of Selim I marked a peaceful transfer of power within the Ottoman dynasty, underscoring the importance of dynastic continuity and stability in Ottoman succession practices. Bayezid II's reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire was characterized by efforts to strengthen cultural, educational, and administrative institutions. His legacy as a patron of learning and governance continues to influence perceptions of Ottoman leadership and contribute to the empire's historical significance in the Islamic world and beyond. Selim I. Selim the Grim reigned 1512 to 1520. Selim I, also known as Selim the Grim or Selim Yavuz, succeeded his father Bayezid II as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His reign was marked by ambitious military campaigns and territorial expansion into the Middle East and North Africa. Achievements. Military campaigns. Selim I undertook aggressive military campaigns to expand Ottoman territories and consolidate Ottoman control over strategic regions. His conquests were aimed at extending Ottoman influence and securing key trade routes and resources. Battle of Chaldiran, 1514. Selim I decisively defeated the Safavid Empire, led by Shah Ismail I, at the Battle of Chaldiran in 1514. This victory strengthened Ottoman dominance over Anatolia and significantly weakened Safavid influence in the region. Conquest of Egypt and the Levant. Selim I annexed Egypt and the Levant, including Syria, Palestine, and parts of Arabia, during his reign, expanding Ottoman territories into the heart of the Islamic world. These conquests enhanced Ottoman geopolitical power and control over vital trade routes linking Europe, Asia, and Africa. Death. Natural causes. 1520. Selim I passed away from natural causes in 1520, ending his reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His death marked the conclusion of a period of ambitious expansion and military conquests. Legacy. Expansion of Ottoman influence. Selim I's military campaigns and territorial acquisitions expanded Ottoman influence across the Middle East and North Africa, consolidating Ottoman control over a vast and diverse empire. His conquests laid the foundation for Ottoman dominance in the region for centuries to come. Establishment of Ottoman hegemony. Selim I's victories over the Safavids and his annexation of Egypt and the Levant established the Ottoman Empire as a dominant regional power in the Islamic world. His aggressive policies and military successes solidified Ottoman hegemony and secured Ottoman supremacy in the Eastern Mediterranean and beyond. Legacy of conquest and administration. Selim I's reign exemplified Ottoman military prowess and strategic vision, setting precedents for future Ottoman sultans in terms of territorial expansion and governance. His conquests and administrative policies contributed to the empire's prosperity and influence during the peak of Ottoman power in the 16th century. Selim I's legacy as Selim the Grim reflects his transformative impact on the Ottoman Empire through territorial expansion, military conquests, and the establishment of Ottoman dominance in the Middle East. His reign marked a pivotal moment in Ottoman history, shaping the empire's trajectory as a major geopolitical force in the early modern period. Suleiman I. Suleiman the Magnificent reigned 1520 to 1566. Suleiman I, known as Suleiman the Magnificent or Suleiman Kanuni, the lawgiver, ascended to the Ottoman throne following the death of his father, Selim I. His reign marked the peak of Ottoman power and influence, often referred to as the empire's Golden Age. Achievements. Military campaigns. Suleiman I led numerous successful military campaigns that expanded Ottoman territories into Eastern Europe, North Africa, and the Mediterranean region. His conquests included the capture of Belgrade, 1521, the Siege of Rhodes, 1522, and the conquest of Hungary, 1526, among others. These campaigns extended Ottoman influence and secured strategic positions across diverse geographic regions. Cultural patronage. Suleiman I was a patron of the arts, architecture, and literature, fostering a vibrant cultural environment in the Ottoman Empire. He commissioned several architectural masterpieces, most notably the Suleimani Mosque in Istanbul, which became a symbol of Ottoman architectural achievement and religious devotion. Legal reforms. Kanun. Suleiman I instituted legal reforms known as the Kanun, aimed at codifying and standardizing Ottoman laws and administrative procedures. These reforms enhanced judicial efficiency, clarified legal rights and responsibilities, and promoted fairness and justice within the empire's legal system. Death. Military campaign in Hungary, 1566. Suleiman I died during a military campaign in Hungary in 1566, while leading Ottoman forces in a campaign against the Habsburg Empire. His death marked the end of an era and the conclusion of a reign characterized by significant military conquests and administrative reforms. Legacy. Cultural flourishing. Suleiman I's patronage of the arts and architecture contributed to a cultural flourishing known as the Golden Age of the Ottoman Empire. His support for artists, scholars, and intellectuals enriched Ottoman cultural heritage and facilitated cross-cultural exchanges between Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Legal reform and administrative efficiency. The Kanun reforms implemented by Suleiman I strengthened Ottoman governance and administrative efficiency. His legal, Selim II, Selim the Sod, reigned 1566 to 1574. Selim II, the son of Suleiman I and Roxolana, ascended to the Ottoman throne following his father's death. His reign focused on maintaining Ottoman control over recently conquered territories and promoting economic growth within the empire. Achievements. Continued military campaigns. Selim II continued his father's military policies by overseeing Ottoman campaigns in the Mediterranean region. These campaigns aimed to secure Ottoman dominance over key strategic locations and defend Ottoman interests against European powers and rival states in North Africa. Expansion of trade relations. Selim II promoted economic development by expanding trade relations with European powers, particularly Venice and Genoa. These trade agreements facilitated commerce, enhanced cultural exchange, and generated revenue for the Ottoman treasury, supporting the empire's financial stability. Domestic policy and administration. Selim II maintained administrative reforms initiated during his father's reign, focusing on bureaucratic efficiency and governance. His policies aimed to streamline government operations, manage provincial affairs effectively, and uphold law and order across the empire's diverse territories. Death. Natural causes. 1574. Selim II passed away from natural causes in 1574, marking the end of his reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His death prompted succession disputes and challenges within the Ottoman court, highlighting the complexities of dynastic succession during this period. Legacy. Continuation of military expansion. Selim II's reign continued the Ottoman tradition of military expansion and strategic conquests initiated by his father, Suleiman I. His efforts to maintain Ottoman control over Mediterranean territories reinforced Ottoman naval power and territorial integrity, albeit with varying degrees of success. Economic development and trade. Selim II's promotion of trade relations with European powers contributed to economic growth and prosperity within the Ottoman Empire. His policies facilitated trade routes, stimulated commercial activity, and fostered cultural exchanges that enriched Ottoman society. Administrative stability. Selim II's emphasis on administrative efficiency and governance continuity provided stability during a period of transition and succession challenges. His commitment to maintaining law and order upheld the Ottoman legal system and ensured effective governance across the empire's provinces. Selim II, known as Selim the Sot, left a legacy of military expansion, economic development, and administrative stability during his brief reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His policies and initiatives contributed to the empire's resilience and continued influence in the Mediterranean and beyond, shaping Ottoman history in the late 16th century. Murad III reigned 1574 to 1595. Murad III, the son of Selim II, ascended to the Ottoman throne following his father's death. His reign was characterized by a focus on cultural and artistic patronage, fostering a period of cultural flourishing within the Ottoman Empire. Achievements: cultural patronage. Murad III actively promoted cultural and artistic endeavors throughout the Ottoman Empire. He established libraries, mosques, and educational institutions in Istanbul, the capital city. These institutions became centers of learning, scholarship, and cultural exchange, attracting scholars, poets, and artists from across the Islamic world. Support for literature and music. Murad III supported Ottoman literature and music, patronizing poets, writers, and musicians who contributed to the rich cultural tapestry of the empire. His support for artistic expression enhanced Ottoman cultural identity and facilitated the development of Ottoman literature, music, and visual arts. Architectural projects. During his reign, Murad III commissioned several architectural projects, including mosques and public buildings in Istanbul and other major cities. These structures showcased Ottoman architectural style and craftsmanship, reflecting the empire's cultural and religious heritage. Death. Natural causes. 1595. Murad III passed away from natural causes in 1595, marking the end of his reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His death led to succession disputes and political maneuvering within the Ottoman court, highlighting challenges associated with dynastic transitions. Legacy. Strengthened cultural identity. Murad III's patronage of cultural and artistic endeavors strengthened Ottoman cultural identity and promoted a sense of pride among Ottoman subjects. His support for literature, music, and education contributed to the empire's intellectual vibrancy and cultural diversity. Promotion of artistic achievements. Murad III's reign is remembered as a period of artistic achievement and cultural renaissance within the Ottoman Empire. His patronage of the arts facilitated the production of notable literary works, musical compositions, and architectural masterpieces that endure as symbols of Ottoman creativity and innovation. Peace and stability. Murad III's rule coincided with a period of relative peace and stability within the Ottoman Empire. His efforts to promote cultural development and maintain internal order contributed to social cohesion and economic prosperity, benefiting Ottoman society as a whole. Murad III's legacy as a patron of culture and the arts left an indelible mark on Ottoman history, fostering a period of cultural renaissance and artistic flourishing that enhanced the empire's prestige and influence during the late 16th century. Mehmed III reigned 1595 to 1603. Mehmed III, the son of Murad III, ascended to the Ottoman throne following his father's death. His reign was characterized by efforts to implement administrative reforms, maintain Ottoman control over territories, and foster diplomatic relations with European powers. Achievements. Administrative reforms. Mehmed III focused on administrative reforms aimed at enhancing governance efficiency and bureaucratic oversight within the Ottoman Empire. These reforms included improvements to tax collection, judicial administration, and provincial governance, aimed at strengthening central authority and ensuring effective management of imperial resources. Consolidation of Ottoman rule. Mehmed III worked to consolidate Ottoman control over the Balkans, North Africa, and the Mediterranean regions, His policies aimed to maintain stability and security in these territories, defending Ottoman interests against external threats and internal dissent. Promotion of economic development. Mehmed III promoted economic development through initiatives aimed at stimulating trade, agriculture, and industry within the empire. His policies encouraged commerce, supported infrastructure projects, and facilitated economic exchanges with European trading partners, contributing to Ottoman prosperity and financial stability. Diplomatic relations. Mehmed III maintained diplomatic relations with European powers, including the Habsburg Empire, Venice, and Spain. These diplomatic engagements aimed to secure peace treaties, trade agreements, and alliances beneficial to Ottoman strategic interests in Europe and the Mediterranean. Death. Natural causes. 1603. Mehmed III passed away from natural causes in 1603, marking the end of his reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His death triggered succession disputes and political maneuvering within the Ottoman court, highlighting challenges associated with dynastic transitions. Legacy. Continued reforms and stability. Mehmed III's reign is remembered for continuing his father's legacy of administrative reforms and promoting Ottoman stability during a period of internal consolidation. His efforts to strengthen governance, maintain territorial integrity, and foster economic growth laid the foundation for subsequent Ottoman rulers to build upon. Preservation of Ottoman territories. Mehmed III's policies aimed at consolidating Ottoman control over diverse territories contributed to the empire's geopolitical strength and territorial cohesion. His administration defended Ottoman interests against external threats and internal challenges, preserving Ottoman sovereignty in key regions. Diplomatic pragmatism. Mehmed III's diplomatic engagements with European powers underscored Ottoman pragmatism and strategic foresight in international relations. His efforts to navigate diplomatic complexities ensured Ottoman interests were safeguarded while fostering peaceful coexistence and economic cooperation with European neighbors. Mehmed III's legacy as a reform-minded sultan who prioritized administrative efficiency, territorial consolidation, economic development, and diplomatic pragmatism contributed to Ottoman stability and resilience during a transformative period in Ottoman history. Ahmed I reigned 1603 to 1617. Ahmed I, the son of Mehmed III, ascended to the Ottoman throne following his father's death. His reign is notable for its focus on promoting cultural and architectural achievements, as well as initiating legal reforms within the Ottoman Empire. Achievements. Architectural patronage. Ahmed I is renowned for commissioning one of Istanbul's most iconic landmarks, the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, commonly known as the Blue Mosque. Designed by architect Sedefkar Mehmet Aga, the mosque stands as a masterpiece of Ottoman architecture, renowned for its intricate tilework, domes, and minarets. The mosque complex also includes a madrasa, hospice, and public fountain, demonstrating Ahmed I's commitment to enhancing Istanbul's architectural landscape. Support for artistic patronage. Ahmed I promoted artistic patronage and cultural flourishing during his reign. He patronized calligraphers, artists, and artisans, fostering the production of illuminated manuscripts, textiles, ceramics, and metalwork that enriched Ottoman artistic heritage. His support for the arts contributed to the vibrant cultural scene in Istanbul and other major Ottoman cities. Legal reforms. Ahmed I initiated legal reforms aimed at enhancing judicial efficiency and upholding justice within the Ottoman legal system. These reforms included improvements to court procedures, the codification of laws, and the establishment of legal institutions to ensure fair and equitable treatment of Ottoman subjects. His efforts to reform the legal framework aimed at strengthening governance and promoting social cohesion within the empire. Death. Natural causes. 1617. Ahmed I passed away from natural causes in 1617, marking the end of his reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His death prompted succession disputes and political maneuvering within the Ottoman court, highlighting challenges associated with dynastic transitions. Legacy. Architectural heritage. Ahmed I's commissioning of the Blue Mosque remains a testament to his architectural patronage and dedication to enhancing Istanbul's skyline. The mosque complex continues to be admired for its aesthetic beauty, architectural innovation, and religious significance, serving as a symbol of Ottoman cultural heritage. Cultural development. Ahmed I's support for artistic patronage and cultural activities contributed to the flourishing of Ottoman arts and literature during his reign. His patronage of calligraphy, manuscript illumination, and textile production enriched Ottoman cultural expression and creativity, fostering a legacy of artistic achievement. Legal and administrative reforms. Ahmed I's legal reforms aimed at improving judicial efficiency and governance set a precedent for subsequent Ottoman rulers. His initiatives underscored the importance of legal justice, administrative transparency, and institutional reform in maintaining Ottoman stability and promoting social harmony. Ahmed I's legacy as a patron of architecture, supporter of artistic patronage, and initiator of legal reforms left a lasting impact on Ottoman cultural development and governance during the early 17th century. Mustafa I reigned 1617 to 1618, 1622 to 1623. Mustafa I, the son of Mehmed III, ruled the Ottoman Empire during turbulent periods characterized by succession disputes and internal conflicts. His reign was marked by challenges to Ottoman governance and stability. Achievements. Governance during instability. Mustafa I managed Ottoman governance during periods of political turmoil and internal strife. His reign witnessed succession disputes and power struggles within the Ottoman court, as various factions vied for influence and control over imperial affairs. Despite these challenges, Mustafa I sought to maintain stability and continuity in Ottoman governance, addressing administrative issues and responding to external threats. Death, deposition, and execution. 1623. Mustafa I was deposed from the throne and executed in 1623, following a period of internal turmoil and court intrigue. His deposition reflected the complexities of Ottoman succession practices and the dynamics of imperial politics, where the struggle for power often led to decisive actions against perceived threats to dynastic stability. Legacy. Succession challenges. Mustafa I's reign highlighted the challenges associated with Ottoman succession and internal governance. His brief and tumultuous rule underscored the fragility of imperial authority during periods of transition and political uncertainty. The circumstances of his deposition and execution illustrated the high stakes involved in Ottoman succession politics, where rival factions competed for control over the empire's direction and leadership. Political instability. Mustafa I's deposition and execution underscored broader issues of political instability and factionalism within the Ottoman court. His reign served as a reminder of the complex interplay between imperial authority, dynastic legitimacy, and the competing interests of Ottoman elites and military leaders. The events surrounding his downfall contributed to ongoing debates and reforms aimed at strengthening Ottoman governance and succession practices in subsequent years. Mustafa I's brief reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire during periods of succession disputes and internal conflicts left a legacy marked by challenges to imperial governance, political instability, and the complexities of Ottoman succession practices. His deposition and execution underscored the volatile nature of Ottoman politics and the inherent risks associated with dynastic transitions in one of history's most influential empires. Osman II reigned 1618 to 1622. Osman II, the son of Ahmed I, ascended to the Ottoman throne at a young age. His reign was marked by ambitious military campaigns and efforts to reform the Ottoman military and administration, which faced significant resistance. Achievements. Military campaigns. Osman II launched ambitious military campaigns aimed at expanding Ottoman territories and influence in Europe. He led campaigns against the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and attempted to assert Ottoman dominance in Eastern Europe, seeking to secure strategic territories and resources for the empire. Military reforms. Osman II sought to modernize the Ottoman military, particularly focusing on reforming the Janissary Corps. He aimed to strengthen military discipline, improve training methods, and enhance the effectiveness of Ottoman armed forces in response to evolving military challenges and technological advancements in Europe. Administrative reforms. In addition to military reforms, Osman II promoted administrative changes aimed at streamlining governance and enhancing imperial efficiency. His reforms included efforts to centralize administrative authority, standardize bureaucratic procedures, and improve fiscal management within the Ottoman state. Death. Assassination. 1622. Osman II was assassinated in 1622 by Janissaries who opposed his reforms and resented his attempts to assert greater control over the military. His assassination highlighted internal tensions within the Ottoman military and the resistance faced by Ottoman rulers attempting to implement ambitious reform agendas. Legacy. Challenges of military reform. Osman II's reign exemplified the challenges associated with military reform within the Ottoman Empire. His efforts to modernize the Janissary Corps and improve military capabilities encountered resistance from entrenched interests within the military establishment, reflecting broader debates over tradition versus modernization in Ottoman military affairs. Internal resistance. The assassination of Osman II underscored the presence of internal factions and rivalries within the Ottoman military and political elite. It highlighted the complexities of Ottoman governance, where competing interests and power struggles often influenced imperial decision-making and policy implementation. Impact on Ottoman governance. Osman II's short-lived reign left a legacy of attempted military and administrative reforms that shaped subsequent discussions and policies within the Ottoman Empire. His efforts to modernize the military and centralize administrative authority contributed to ongoing debates over the balance of power between the Sultan, military leaders, and bureaucratic officials. Osman II's reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire reflected a pivotal period of attempted reform and internal resistance, illustrating the complexities of governance, military modernization, and political dynamics in one of history's most enduring empires. Murad IV reigned 1623 to 1640. Murad IV, the son of Ahmed I, ascended to the Ottoman throne during a period marked by internal strife and external threats. His reign focused on restoring Ottoman military strength and consolidating imperial authority. Achievements. Military campaigns. Murad IV launched military campaigns aimed at expanding Ottoman territories and asserting imperial dominance. He successfully suppressed internal rebellions and insurrections, particularly targeting dissident factions and rival claimants to the throne. His campaigns aimed to restore Ottoman control over strategic regions and resources, reinforcing imperial authority and territorial integrity. Reforms within the Janissary Corps. Murad IV prioritized restoring discipline and loyalty within the Janissary Corps. Pivotal military institution of the Ottoman Empire. He implemented strict disciplinary measures, including purges and reforms aimed at enhancing military effectiveness and loyalty to the Sultanate. His efforts to strengthen the Janissaries contributed to the stability and cohesion of Ottoman military forces during his reign. Expansion of Ottoman territories. Murad IV expanded Ottoman territories through military conquests and diplomatic maneuvers. He sought to secure Ottoman interests in Eastern Europe, the Caucasus, and the Middle East, consolidating gains and defending against external adversaries. His military campaigns and territorial expansions bolstered Ottoman influence and strategic positioning in the region. Death. Natural causes. 1640. Murad IV passed away from natural causes in 1640, marking the end of his reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His death prompted succession arrangements and dynastic transitions within the Ottoman court, highlighting ongoing challenges associated with imperial governance and leadership transitions. Legacy: strengthened military capabilities. Murad IV's reign strengthened Ottoman military capabilities and restored discipline within the armed forces. His emphasis on military reforms and strategic campaigns enhanced Ottoman readiness and resilience against external threats, contributing to a period of relative stability and security. Centralization of imperial authority. Murad IV centralized imperial authority and strengthened the Sultan's role as the supreme authority within the Ottoman state. His policies aimed at consolidating power and reducing the influence of dissenting factions helped stabilize Ottoman governance and reinforce dynastic legitimacy. Impact on Ottoman society. Murad IV's reign left a lasting impact on Ottoman society, emphasizing the importance of military discipline, imperial authority, and territorial expansion. His policies and achievements shaped subsequent debates and policies within the Ottoman Empire, influencing military strategies, administrative practices, and governance structures. Murad IV's legacy as a reformer and military strategist during a pivotal period in Ottoman history underscored his contributions to strengthening imperial authority and enhancing military capabilities. His efforts to restore discipline within the Janissary courts and expand Ottoman territories left a lasting imprint on the empire's trajectory and legacy in the broader context of global history. Brahim reigned 1640 to 1648. Brahim, the son of Ahmed I, ascended to the Ottoman throne during a period characterized by cultural flourishing and diplomatic engagement with European powers. His reign, however, ended tragically amidst political intrigue and internal turmoil. Achievements: cultural patronage. Brahim supported the arts and cultural development within the Ottoman Empire. He commissioned architectural projects, sponsored artists and scholars, and promoted the production of literature and music. His patronage contributed to a period of cultural renaissance, showcasing Ottoman artistic achievements and intellectual pursuits during his rule. Diplomatic initiatives. Brahim established diplomatic relations with European powers, seeking to strengthen Ottoman ties with key political entities across the continent. His diplomatic efforts aimed at fostering alliances, negotiating trade agreements, and navigating complex geopolitical dynamics to secure Ottoman interests on the international stage. Economic reforms. Ibrahim promoted economic reforms aimed at enhancing fiscal management and stimulating economic growth within the Ottoman Empire. His policies included initiatives to improve taxation systems, regulate trade practices, and support commercial enterprises, fostering economic stability and prosperity during his reign. Death, deposition, and execution. 1648. Ibrahim was deposed from the throne and executed in 1648, following a period of political intrigue and internal challenges. His deposition underscored the volatility of Ottoman politics and the pressures faced by rulers attempting to navigate complex power dynamics within the imperial court. Legacy, challenges of governance. Ibrahim's reign highlighted the challenges of governance and political instability within the Ottoman Empire. His deposition and execution reflected internal factions, vying for influence, succession disputes, and the inherent risks associated with dynastic transitions. The events surrounding his downfall illustrated the complexities of Ottoman governance and the unpredictable nature of court politics during periods of transition. Cultural renaissance. Ibrahim's patronage of the arts left a legacy of cultural flourishing and artistic achievement within the Ottoman Empire. His support for architecture, literature, and scholarship contributed to a period of intellectual vibrancy and creative innovation, shaping Ottoman cultural identity and influencing subsequent artistic movements. Diplomatic legacy. Ibrahim's diplomatic initiatives laid the groundwork for future Ottoman-European relations and diplomatic strategies. His efforts to engage with European powers established diplomatic protocols, trade networks, and alliances that influenced Ottoman foreign policy and international diplomacy in the centuries that followed. Ibrahim's reign as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire epitomized a period of cultural renaissance, diplomatic engagement, and economic reform, yet it also underscored the challenges of governance and political instability inherent within one of history's most enduring empires. His legacy as a patron of the arts and a diplomat remains integral to understanding Ottoman cultural and diplomatic history during the early modern period. Mehmed IV reigned 1648 to 1687. Mehmed IV, the son of Ibrahim, ascended to the Ottoman throne during a pivotal period marked by military campaigns, diplomatic challenges, and geopolitical shifts in Europe and the Middle East. Achievements. Military campaigns. Mehmed IV focused on managing Ottoman military campaigns aimed at expanding imperial influence and defending Ottoman territories. He oversaw military operations in Eastern Europe, particularly against the Habsburgs and other European powers. Mehmed IV's leadership during military campaigns sought to consolidate Ottoman control over strategic regions and uphold imperial sovereignty amidst external threats. Diplomatic relations. Mehmed IV maintained diplomatic relations with European powers, navigating complex geopolitical dynamics and negotiating treaties to safeguard Ottoman interests. His diplomatic initiatives aimed at securing alliances, managing trade relations, and mitigating conflicts to maintain Ottoman influence in international affairs. Expansion of Ottoman influence. Mehmed IV expanded Ottoman influence in Eastern Europe through military conquests and diplomatic engagements. His efforts to assert Ottoman authority in regions such as Hungary, Wallachia, and Moldavia reinforced imperial presence and strategic positioning within the European continent. Death. Deposition in 1687. Mehmed IV was deposed from the throne in 1687, following a period marked by Ottoman military defeats and internal unrest. His deposition reflected broader challenges faced by the Ottoman Empire, including military setbacks, fiscal strains, and social discontent. Legacy. Military expansion. Mehmed IV managed Ottoman military expansion and defended imperial territories during a period of geopolitical volatility and military conflicts. His efforts to strengthen Ottoman military capabilities and assert imperial authority contributed to a legacy of strategic military planning and defense operations. Diplomatic challenges. Mehmed IV navigated diplomatic challenges and negotiated treaties to preserve Ottoman sovereignty and secure alliances with European powers. His diplomatic engagements established protocols for Ottoman-European relations, influencing future diplomatic strategies and international negotiations. Geopolitical shifts. Mehmed IV's reign coincided with significant geopolitical shifts in Europe and the Middle East, impacting Ottoman foreign policy and imperial strategy. His management of military campaigns and diplomatic initiatives reflected Ottoman responses to evolving regional dynamics and power struggles. Mehmed IV's tenure as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire underscored his role in managing military expansion, diplomatic relations, and geopolitical challenges during a transformative period in Ottoman history. His efforts to expand Ottoman influence, defend imperial territories, and navigate complex diplomatic terrain left a lasting impact on Ottoman military strategy, diplomatic protocols, and regional stability. Mustafa II reigned 1695 to 1703. Mustafa II, the son of Mehmed IV, assumed the Ottoman throne during a period marked by military conflicts, administrative challenges, and political turbulence within the empire. Achievements. Military campaigns. Mustafa II managed Ottoman military campaigns aimed at stabilizing imperial control in the Balkans and Eastern Europe. He sought to defend Ottoman territories against external threats and suppress internal rebellions, employing military strategies to safeguard imperial sovereignty and expand Ottoman influence in strategic regions. Administrative reforms. Mustafa II supported administrative reforms aimed at enhancing governance efficiency and addressing bureaucratic inefficiencies within the Ottoman state. His initiatives included reforms in taxation, judicial systems, and provincial administration, aiming to streamline administrative processes and improve governmental effectiveness. Economic development. Mustafa II promoted economic development initiatives to stimulate commerce, agriculture, and trade within the Ottoman Empire. His policies aimed at fostering economic growth, attracting investments, and improving fiscal management to support imperial finances and sustain economic stability during his reign. Death. Deposition in 1703. Mustafa II was deposed from the throne in 1703 amid political disputes over succession and challenges to his leadership. His deposition reflected internal tensions within the Ottoman court and broader societal discontent, underscoring the complexities of succession politics and governance struggles within the empire. Legacy. Administrative reform efforts. Mustafa II's advocacy for administrative reforms highlighted efforts to modernize Ottoman governance structures and address institutional challenges. His initiatives aimed at improving administrative efficiency and governmental accountability, setting precedents for future reform efforts within the Ottoman state. Military strategy. Mustafa II's management of military campaigns underscored his commitment to defending Ottoman territories and expanding imperial influence in Eastern Europe and the Balkans. His military strategies contributed to Ottoman military resilience and strategic planning, shaping imperial defense policies and military operations during a period of regional instability. Political turbulence. Mustafa II's deposition during political disputes over succession underscored challenges of leadership transitions and political instability within the Ottoman Empire. His reign reflected broader societal tensions, factional rivalries, and institutional dynamics that influenced imperial governance and succession practices. Mustafa II's tenure as Sultan of the Ottoman Empire highlighted his efforts to stabilize imperial control, implement administrative reforms, and navigate political challenges during a transformative period in Ottoman history. His initiatives in military strategy, administrative governance, and economic development left a lasting impact on Ottoman statecraft, governance practices, and regional diplomacy. Family traditions, alliances, and rivalries. Family traditions. Dynastic succession. The Ottoman Empire followed a strict system of dynastic succession where the eldest male heir typically ascended to the throne. This tradition ensured continuity of leadership, but also led to occasional disputes and power struggles among princes competing for the throne. Marriage alliances. Ottoman rulers often formed strategic marriage alliances with other royal families to strengthen political ties, secure borders, or forge military alliances. These marriages played a crucial role in diplomacy and sometimes influenced territorial acquisitions or peace treaties. Alliances. Military alliances. The Ottomans frequently formed military alliances with other states, both Muslim and non-Muslim, to bolster their military campaigns or defend against common enemies. These alliances ranged from temporary coalitions to long-term military pacts, contributing to Ottoman military supremacy in various regions. Diplomatic alliances. Diplomatic alliances were crucial in Ottoman foreign policy, particularly in maintaining stability and expanding influence across Europe, Asia, and Africa. Treaties and alliances with European powers like France, England, and Venice enabled Ottoman rulers to navigate complex geopolitical landscapes and achieve diplomatic goals. Rivalries. Internal power struggles. Rivalries among Ottoman princes and court officials often led to internal conflicts, coups, or challenges to the throne. Competing factions within the palace vied for influence, often resulting in political instability or shifts in leadership. Geopolitical rivalries. The Ottoman Empire faced external rivalries with neighboring states, such as the Safavids, Habsburgs, and Russians, over territorial disputes, religious differences, or economic competition. These rivalries influenced military strategies, diplomatic engagements, and alliances formed by Ottoman rulers. What we learn from them: leadership dynamics. Studying family traditions, alliances, and rivalries reveals insights into leadership dynamics within the Ottoman Empire. It highlights the complexities of dynastic succession, political maneuvering, and the challenges of maintaining stability amidst internal rivalries and external threats. Diplomatic strategy. Ottoman alliances and diplomatic relations demonstrate strategic foresight in leveraging alliances for military support, economic gain, or territorial expansion. Understanding these strategies offers lessons in diplomatic negotiation, coalition building, and maintaining geopolitical balance. Conflict resolution. Analyzing rivalries within and outside the empire provides lessons in conflict resolution, emphasizing the importance of diplomacy, negotiation, and compromise in mitigating tensions and preserving peace. Legacy of influence. The legacy of Ottoman family traditions, alliances, and rivalries continues to shape modern geopolitics and diplomatic relations. Studying these historical dynamics offers valuable insights into the evolution of international relations, cultural exchange, and the lasting impact of Ottoman statecraft on global history. Exploring family traditions, alliances, and rivalries within the Ottoman Empire enriches our understanding of its political strategies, diplomatic maneuvers, and legacy of influence in shaping regional and global dynamics over centuries. Leadership and governance lessons from Ottoman rulers. Strategic vision and long-term planning. Example: Mehmed the Conqueror demonstrated strategic vision by planning and executing the capture of Constantinople, transforming it into the Ottoman capital, Istanbul. His long-term planning extended to military campaigns, cultural patronage, and administrative reforms. Lesson: leaders can achieve enduring success by developing and executing comprehensive long-term strategies that encompass military, cultural, and administrative domains. Military leadership and innovation. Example: Suleiman the Magnificent expanded Ottoman territories through innovative military strategies, such as using artillery and naval prowess to secure dominance in the Mediterranean and Eastern Europe. Lesson: effective military leadership requires innovation, adaptability, and the strategic use of resources to achieve military objectives and maintain territorial integrity. Diplomatic acumen and alliance building. Example: Selim the Grim successfully defeated the Safavid Empire at the Battle of Chaldiran and expanded Ottoman influence in the Middle East and North Africa. His diplomatic acumen forged alliances with European powers to strengthen Ottoman geopolitical standing. Lesson: diplomatic skill and alliance building are crucial for navigating international relations, securing borders, and leveraging external support for geopolitical goals. Administrative reforms and governance efficiency. Example: Suleiman I initiated administrative reforms through the Kanun legal code, enhancing governance efficiency and legal consistency across the empire. His reforms centralized authority while delegating administrative duties to capable officials. Lesson: effective governance relies on institutional reforms that streamline administration, uphold justice, and foster public trust through transparent and consistent policies. Cultural patronage and soft power. Example: Ahmed I promoted cultural patronage by commissioning architectural marvels like the Blue Mosque, Sultan Ahmed Mosque, and supporting artistic endeavors. His patronage enhanced Ottoman cultural identity and projected soft power across regions. Lesson: cultural patronage and investment in arts foster national identity, inspire civic pride, and project soft power influence beyond military and economic domains. Adaptability and resilience in crisis. Example: Murad IV restored Ottoman military discipline and centralized authority during internal rebellions and external threats. His leadership emphasized adaptability and resilience in overcoming crisis. Lesson: leaders must demonstrate adaptability, resilience, and decisiveness during times of crisis to maintain stability, instill confidence, and preserve territorial integrity. Legacy of leadership continuity. Example: Ottoman rulers emphasized dynastic succession to maintain leadership continuity and institutional stability. While succession disputes sometimes led to instability, the system ensured a steady transfer of power. Lesson: leadership continuity is vital for sustaining governance effectiveness, preserving state institutions, and managing transitions to uphold stability and institutional resilience. Ethical leadership and public service. Example: Mehmed II's policies aimed at promoting religious tolerance and cultural diversity within the empire reflected ethical leadership principles. His emphasis on public service and welfare initiatives improved quality of life for Ottoman subjects. Lesson: ethical leadership fosters societal cohesion, enhances public trust, and promotes inclusive governance that prioritizes the welfare and rights of all citizens. Studying leadership and governance lessons from Ottoman rulers provides valuable insights into effective leadership strategies, governance principles, and historical precedents that continue to resonate in contemporary governance practices and international relations. These lessons underscore the importance of visionary leadership, strategic foresight, and adaptive governance in shaping enduring legacies and navigating complex geopolitical landscapes. Strategies for effective diplomacy and negotiation. Cultural diplomacy and soft power projection. Example: Ottoman rulers used cultural diplomacy by showcasing their artistic, architectural, and intellectual achievements to project soft power influence. Lesson: effective diplomacy leverages cultural exchanges and soft power to foster goodwill, enhance international prestige, and build lasting alliances based on mutual respect and understanding. Balancing power dynamics. Example: Ottoman diplomacy often involved balancing power dynamics by forming strategic alliances with European states or neighboring empires to mitigate threats and expand influence. Lesson: successful negotiation requires understanding and leveraging power dynamics to achieve diplomatic goals while maintaining national interests and sovereignty. Negotiating treaties and alliances. Example: Ottoman rulers negotiated treaties and alliances with neighboring states and European powers to secure borders, regulate trade, and ensure military support. Lesson: effective negotiation of treaties and alliances involves meticulous planning, clear terms, and mutual benefits to uphold peace, stability, and economic prosperity. Diplomatic maneuvering in geopolitical contexts. Example: Ottoman diplomacy adapted to changing geopolitical contexts, such as navigating rivalries between European powers or managing relations with the Safavid Empire in Persia. Lesson: strategic diplomatic maneuvering requires flexibility, foresight, and the ability to navigate complex geopolitical landscapes to safeguard national interests and maintain regional stability. Crisis management and conflict resolution. Example: Ottoman diplomats and statesmen employed skillful crisis management and conflict resolution techniques to mitigate tensions, negotiate peace settlements, and prevent escalation. Lesson: effective diplomacy in crisis situations demands swift and decisive action, mediation skills, and a commitment to finding mutually acceptable solutions to avoid prolonged conflicts. Cultural sensitivity and multilateral engagement. Example: Ottoman diplomacy emphasized cultural sensitivity and respect for diverse religious and ethnic communities within its empire and among neighboring states. Lesson: successful negotiation and diplomacy require cultural empathy, inclusivity, and multilateral engagement to foster trust, cooperation, and sustainable peace agreements. Economic diplomacy and trade agreements. Example: Ottoman rulers promoted economic diplomacy by establishing trade agreements, facilitating commerce along vital trade routes, and promoting economic cooperation. Lesson: diplomatic success in economic spheres hinges on fostering economic interdependence, promoting fair trade practices, and enhancing economic stability to benefit all parties involved. Long-term strategic planning and vision. Example: Ottoman diplomats and statesmen engaged in long-term strategic planning to advance imperial interests, secure territorial expansion, and consolidate diplomatic alliances. Lesson: effective diplomacy requires vision, foresight, and a commitment to long-term strategic planning to navigate evolving international relations and achieve sustainable diplomatic outcomes. Studying these strategies and lessons from Ottoman diplomacy provides valuable insights into effective negotiation techniques, diplomatic agility, and the enduring principles of international relations that remain relevant in contemporary diplomatic practices and global governance. These strategies underscore the importance of adaptability, cultural awareness, and strategic foresight in achieving diplomatic success and fostering international cooperation. Cultural tolerance and diversity management. Policy of religious tolerance. Example: the Ottoman Empire implemented a policy of religious tolerance, allowing various religious communities, such as Muslims, Christians, and Jews, to practice their faiths freely under Ottoman rule. Lesson: cultural tolerance fosters social harmony, promotes coexistence among diverse religious and ethnic groups, and contributes to the stability and prosperity of multicultural societies. Protection of minority rights. Example: Ottoman rulers granted legal and administrative autonomy to non-Muslim communities, millet system, allowing them to govern their own religious and communal affairs. Lesson: effective diversity management involves respecting minority rights, ensuring equal protection under the law, and promoting inclusive policies that empower diverse communities to thrive within a unified state. Cultural exchange and syncretism. Example: the Ottoman Empire facilitated cultural exchange and syncretism by embracing diverse artistic, architectural, and intellectual traditions from various regions under its control. Lesson: embracing cultural diversity enriches societal fabric, stimulates creativity and innovation, and fosters cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. Multilingual administration and communication. Example: Ottoman administration utilized multiple languages, Arabic, Turkish, Persian, to facilitate communication and governance across its diverse territories and populations. Lesson: effective diversity management includes promoting multilingualism, ensuring linguistic inclusivity, and leveraging language diversity as a tool for administrative efficiency and cultural integration. Promotion of cultural heritage and preservation. Example: Ottoman rulers patronized the arts, commissioned grand architectural projects like mosques, palaces, and public buildings, and supported literary and scholarly endeavors. Lesson: valuing and preserving cultural heritage promotes cultural pride, identity, and continuity, contributing to the enrichment of global cultural diversity and historical legacy. Conflict resolution and mediation. Example: Ottoman officials often mediated disputes and conflicts among religious and ethnic communities, employing diplomatic strategies to promote reconciliation and peaceful coexistence. Lesson: effective diversity management involves fostering dialogue, promoting mutual respect, and cultivating mechanisms for conflict resolution that address grievances and build trust among diverse communities. Integration of immigrant and refugee communities. Example: the Ottoman Empire welcomed immigrants and refugees fleeing persecution or seeking economic opportunities, integrating them into society and contributing to cultural and economic vitality. Lesson: successful diversity management includes embracing immigration, providing opportunities for socioeconomic integration, and harnessing the potential of diverse populations to enrich national prosperity and resilience. Legacy of tolerance and inclusivity. Example: The Ottoman Empire's legacy of cultural tolerance and inclusivity left a lasting impact on global history, influencing subsequent approaches to multiculturalism and religious freedom. Lesson: upholding principles of cultural tolerance and diversity management fosters global citizenship, promotes social justice, and advances human rights agendas in contemporary societies. Studying these aspects of cultural tolerance and diversity management within the Ottoman Empire offers valuable lessons in promoting inclusivity, respecting cultural differences, and nurturing harmonious coexistence in today's multicultural and interconnected world. These principles underscore the importance of tolerance, empathy, and dialogue in building resilient and inclusive societies capable of embracing diversity as a source of strength and collective prosperity. Ottoman contributions to law, education, and architecture, legal system and administration. Explanation: the Ottoman Empire developed a sophisticated legal system known as the Kanun, which governed both civil and criminal matters. This system incorporated elements of Islamic law, Sharia, alongside local customs and traditions. Lesson: the Ottoman legal system demonstrates the integration of religious principles with practical governance, highlighting the importance of legal clarity, fairness, and adaptability in maintaining social order and justice. Educational institutions and scholarly traditions. Explanation: Ottoman rulers established numerous educational institutions, including schools, madrasas, libraries, kifane, and centers of learning, medres, which promoted the study of Islamic sciences, philosophy, literature, and medicine. Lesson: investment in education cultivates intellectual curiosity, fosters innovation, and advances societal development. The Ottoman emphasis on learning underscores the value of knowledge as a cornerstone of cultural and intellectual progress. Architectural innovations and monuments. Explanation: the Ottomans were renowned for their architectural achievements, constructing iconic mosques such as the Suleimani Mosque and the Blue Mosque, palaces like the Topkapi Palace, bridges, and public buildings across their vast empire. Lesson: architectural excellence reflects cultural identity, artistic expression, and technological prowess. Ottoman architecture exemplifies the integration of aesthetics with functional design, emphasizing the role of public spaces in communal life and urban planning. Urban planning and infrastructure development. Explanation: Ottoman cities were planned with meticulous attention to functionality, incorporating advanced water supply systems, such as aqueducts and fountains, markets, bazaars, and public baths, hammams, that served as social centers. Lesson: effective urban planning enhances quality of life, promotes economic vitality, and fosters community cohesion. Ottoman cities exemplify sustainable urban development practices that prioritize accessibility, social interaction, and environmental sustainability. Cultural patronage and artistic heritage. Explanation: Ottoman rulers patronized the arts, supporting calligraphy, miniature painting, ceramics, and textile production, which flourished under imperial sponsorship and contributed to the empire's cultural richness. Lesson: cultural patronage stimulates creativity, preserves heritage, and enhances cultural diplomacy. The Ottoman tradition of artistic patronage highlights the role of cultural expression in promoting identity, dialogue, and mutual understanding among diverse communities. Technological advancements and engineering feats. Explanation: Ottoman engineers made significant advancements in military technology, such as cannons and fortifications, transportation, including roads and bridges, and agricultural practices, such as irrigation systems. Lesson: innovation drives progress, resilience, and sustainable development. Ottoman achievements in technology underscore the importance of scientific inquiry, engineering expertise, and adaptive solutions to address societal challenges and promote prosperity. Legacy of architectural conservation and restoration. Explanation. The Ottoman Empire established principles for architectural conservation and restoration, preserving historic monuments and cultural landmarks that continue to enrich global heritage today. Lesson. Conservation efforts safeguard cultural legacy, promote tourism, and foster cultural appreciation. The Ottoman legacy of architectural preservation underscores the value of heritage protection in maintaining collective memory, promoting tourism, and nurturing community pride. Studying these Ottoman contributions to law, education, and architecture offers valuable insights into the principles of governance, cultural patronage, and technological innovation that shaped the empire's enduring legacy. These contributions highlight the Ottoman Empire's role in advancing intellectual pursuits, promoting artistic expression, and enhancing urban and architectural landscapes, serving as a source of inspiration for contemporary approaches to law, education, and sustainable development. Impact on global trade and economic systems. Strategic location and trade routes. Explanation. Situated at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa, the Ottoman Empire controlled key trade routes between East and West, facilitating the exchange of goods, technologies, and cultural ideas. Lesson. Strategic location enhances economic influence and promotes cultural exchange. The Ottoman control over trade routes underscores the importance of geography in shaping economic dominance and fostering interregional trade networks, commerce and commercial hubs, bazaars. Explanation. Ottoman cities, such as Istanbul and Cairo, were renowned for their bustling bazaars, markets where merchants from diverse backgrounds traded spices, textiles, ceramics, and other commodities. Lesson. Vibrant commercial centers stimulate economic growth, cultural diversity, and innovation. The Ottoman bazaars exemplify the role of marketplaces in fostering entrepreneurship, facilitating trade, and promoting economic prosperity. Banking and financial institutions. Explanation. The Ottoman Empire developed sophisticated banking systems, including charitable trusts, waqfs, and money lending practices, sarf and hawala, which supported commerce and investment across its vast territories. Lesson. Financial institutions foster economic stability, facilitate capital flow, and promote investment. Ottoman banking practices highlight the role of financial innovation in supporting trade, entrepreneurship, and economic development. Maritime trade and naval power. Explanation. Ottoman maritime activities extended across the Mediterranean, Black Sea, and Red Sea, enhancing trade connections with Europe, North Africa, and the Indian Ocean region. Lesson. Maritime trade expands economic reach, promotes cultural exchange, and strengthens geopolitical influence. Ottoman naval power exemplifies the strategic advantage of maritime trade routes in sustaining economic prosperity and global connectivity. Diplomatic and commercial treaties. Explanation. The Ottoman Empire engaged in diplomatic exchanges and commercial treaties with European powers, facilitating trade agreements, alliances, and cultural diplomacy. Lesson. Diplomatic relations foster international cooperation, promote trade agreements, and mitigate conflicts. Ottoman treaties underscore the importance of diplomacy in advancing economic interests, ensuring peaceful coexistence, and navigating geopolitical challenges. Innovation and technological transfer. Explanation. Ottoman interactions with diverse cultures led to the transfer of technologies, including agricultural practices, textile production, and military innovations, which enhanced economic productivity. Lesson. Technological exchange accelerates economic growth, fosters innovation, and enhances competitiveness. Ottoman technological transfers highlight the benefits of cross-cultural collaboration in advancing industrial capabilities, infrastructure development, and sustainable resource management. Impact on global markets and commodities. Explanation. Ottoman trade networks introduced exotic goods such as spices, silks, coffee, and ceramics to global markets, stimulating demand and diversifying consumer preferences. Lesson: global market integration expands economic opportunities, promotes cultural diffusion, and enhances consumer welfare. Ottoman trade contributions underscore the transformative impact of global commerce on shaping economic landscapes, promoting cultural exchange, and fostering intercultural understanding. Legacy of economic policies and fiscal management. Explanation: Ottoman fiscal policies, including tax reforms and state investments in infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, and irrigation, supported economic development and public welfare. Lesson: sound economic policies promote sustainable growth, fiscal stability, and social equity. Ottoman fiscal management highlights the role of state intervention in fostering economic resilience, infrastructure development, and equitable distribution of resources. Studying the Ottoman Empire's impact on global trade and economic systems provides insights into the dynamics of commerce, cultural exchange, and geopolitical influence. These contributions underscore the empire's role in shaping global economic integration, promoting technological innovation, and advancing diplomatic relations, offering valuable lessons for contemporary approaches to economic development, international trade, and cultural diplomacy. Cultural and social norms that shaped Ottoman society. Religious diversity and tolerance. Explanation: the Ottoman Empire embraced religious diversity, accommodating various communities such as Muslims, Christians, Jews, and others under a system known as millet. This system allowed non-Muslim communities to govern their own religious and legal affairs. Lesson: religious tolerance promotes social cohesion, fosters cultural diversity, and enhances political stability. The Ottoman approach underscores the importance of religious pluralism in maintaining harmony, respecting individual rights, and ensuring peaceful coexistence within diverse societies. Court etiquette and protocol. Explanation: Ottoman court etiquette emphasized hierarchy, respect for authority, and ceremonial traditions. The Sultan and his courtiers adhered to strict protocols governing social interactions, public audiences, and diplomatic ceremonies. Lesson: etiquette and protocol reinforce social order, define roles, and uphold institutional prestige. Ottoman court customs highlight the significance of ceremonial rituals in symbolizing power, maintaining diplomatic relations, and preserving cultural identity. Gender roles and family structure. Explanation: Ottoman society adhered to traditional gender roles, where men typically held public roles in governance, military, and commerce, while women managed domestic affairs and family welfare. However, elite women often wielded influence in familial and charitable endeavors. Lesson: gender roles reflect societal norms, cultural values, and economic roles. Ottoman gender dynamics illustrate the evolution of women's roles in private and public spheres, emphasizing the importance of inclusive policies, gender equity, and empowerment in promoting social progress and economic development. Literary and artistic patronage. Explanation: Ottoman rulers and elites patronized literature, poetry, calligraphy, and the visual arts, fostering a rich cultural heritage. Institutions such as libraries, schools, and artistic guilds flourished, promoting intellectual discourse and creative expression. Lesson: cultural patronage nurtures creativity, preserves heritage, and enriches collective identity. Ottoman artistic achievements underscore the role of cultural institutions in promoting education, artistic innovation, and intercultural dialogue, highlighting the enduring value of cultural heritage in shaping societal values and fostering global understanding. Urban development and architectural legacy. Explanation: Ottoman cities characterized by mosques, markets, bazaars, hammams, bathhouses, and caravanserai reflected a blend of Islamic, Byzantine, and Persian architectural styles. Urban planning prioritized communal spaces, infrastructure, and public welfare. Lesson: urban development enhances livability, promotes civic pride, and preserves historical legacies. Ottoman urban planning exemplifies sustainable practices, community engagement, and heritage conservation, illustrating the role of architecture in shaping cultural identity, fostering social cohesion, and promoting sustainable urban growth. Education and scholarship. Explanation: Ottoman rulers sponsored educational institutions, including madrasas, religious schools, and Sufi lodges, fostering religious scholarship, scientific inquiry, and intellectual discourse. Scholars contributed to advancements in astronomy, medicine, and philosophy. Lesson: education drives intellectual progress, fosters critical thinking, and promotes societal advancement. Ottoman educational initiatives highlight the importance of knowledge dissemination, academic freedom, and lifelong learning in advancing innovation, cultural enlightenment, and global competitiveness. Cultural festivals and ceremonies. Explanation: Ottoman society celebrated religious festivals, such as Ramadan and Eid, cultural events, such as weddings and circumcision ceremonies, and imperial occasions, such as coronations and military parades, with elaborate rituals, music, and feasts. Lesson: festivals promote community cohesion, celebrate cultural heritage, and reinforce social bonds. Ottoman cultural festivities illustrate the significance of communal traditions, cultural identity, and collective memory in fostering unity, promoting cultural resilience, and preserving intangible cultural heritage. Social hierarchies and class mobility. Explanation: Ottoman society encompassed distinct social hierarchies, including the ruling elite, such as sultans, viziers, and military commanders, urban artisans, rural peasants, and minority communities. Social mobility was possible through military service, administrative merit, or commercial success. Lesson: social structures reflect economic opportunities, institutional roles, and cultural aspirations. Ottoman social dynamics highlight the evolution of class identities, socioeconomic mobility, and inclusive policies in promoting social equity, economic prosperity, and national unity. Studying the cultural and social norms that shaped Ottoman society provides insights into the empire's historical legacy, cultural heritage, and societal values. These norms underscore the significance of religious tolerance, gender roles, artistic patronage, urban development, educational initiatives, cultural festivities, social mobility, and governance principles in shaping Ottoman identity, fostering community resilience, and promoting global engagement. Modern-day reflections on Ottoman legacy and relevance, cultural and architectural heritage. Brief info. The Ottoman Empire's architectural marvels, such as the Hagia Sophia and Suleimani Mosque in Istanbul, continue to inspire awe and serve as symbols of cultural heritage. Detailed info. Ottoman architecture blends Islamic, Byzantine, and Persian influences, showcasing intricate domes, minarets, and geometric patterns. These structures not only highlight engineering prowess but also underscore cultural exchange and religious tolerance. What we learn. Appreciating Ottoman architecture emphasizes cultural diversity, heritage preservation, and architectural innovation. It promotes cross-cultural dialogue, historical understanding, and sustainable tourism practices, diplomatic legacy, and international relations. Brief info. The Ottoman Empire's diplomatic acumen in forging alliances and managing diverse territories set precedents for modern-day diplomacy. Detailed info. Ottoman diplomats utilized cultural diplomacy, trade agreements, and military alliances to navigate geopolitical challenges. Treaties like the Treaty of Kuk-Kinarka, 1774, and alliances during World War I illustrate Ottoman influence on global diplomacy. What we learn. Studying Ottoman diplomacy emphasizes strategic negotiation, cultural diplomacy, and international cooperation. It highlights the complexities of managing diverse geopolitical interests, promoting peace and fostering global stability. Legal and administrative innovations. Brief info. Ottoman legal codes, including the Kanun and Canon, influenced legal systems across Europe and the Middle East. Detailed info. The Ottomans codified laws to regulate governance, commerce, and religious affairs, fostering judicial integrity and administrative efficiency. Legal reforms under Suleiman the Magnificent and Mehmed promoted social justice and institutional transparency. What we learn. Ottoman legal innovations underscore the importance of legal codification, judicial reform, and administrative accountability. They inspire modern legal systems to uphold rule of law, protect civil liberties, and ensure equitable governance. Cultural exchange and innovation. Brief info. Ottoman cultural exchange with Europe, Asia, and Africa enriched literature, art, music, and cuisine. Detailed info. Ottoman scholars preserved ancient texts, translated works, and patronized artists, fostering a renaissance in literature and artistic expression. Coffee houses and bazaars served as hubs for intellectual discourse and commercial exchange. What we learn. Ottoman cultural exchange promotes cultural pluralism, artistic innovation, and intellectual freedom. It encourages cross-cultural dialogue, artistic collaboration, and culinary diversity in modern societies. Legacy of religious pluralism. Brief info. The Ottoman millet system promoted religious tolerance and coexistence among Muslims, Christians, Jews, and other communities. Detailed info. The millet system granted autonomy to religious communities to manage their affairs, fostering religious harmony and protecting minority rights. It influenced secular governance models and religious freedoms worldwide. What we learn. Ottoman religious tolerance underscores the importance of interfaith dialogue, religious freedom, and multiculturalism. It inspires policies that respect diversity, safeguard human rights, and promote social cohesion in contemporary societies. Military strategies and innovations. Brief info. Ottoman military tactics and fortifications influenced battlefield strategies and defensive architecture. Detailed info. Janissary corps, mobile artillery, and naval fleets transformed Ottoman warfare, ensuring territorial defense and expanding imperial boundaries. Siege warfare techniques in military academies under Sultan Mehmed elevated Ottoman military prowess. What we learn. Ottoman military innovations emphasize strategic planning, technological adaptation, and leadership development. They inform modern military doctrines, defense policies, and international security collaborations. Economic influence and trade networks. Brief info. Ottoman trade routes, including the Silk Road and maritime networks, facilitated global commerce and cultural exchange. Detailed info. Ottoman merchants navigated diverse markets, promoting silk, spices, and ceramics. Bazaars and caravanserais served as economic hubs, stimulating urban growth and financial innovation. What we learn. Ottoman economic influence highlights commercial diplomacy, market integration, and economic resilience. It informs global trade policies, sustainable development goals, and inclusive economic practices in contemporary economies. Legacy of innovation and scientific inquiry. Brief info. Ottoman scholars advanced astronomy, medicine, and mathematics, contributing to scientific progress. Detailed info. Observatories, medical schools, and translation projects under Ottoman patronage fostered intellectual curiosity and technological advancements. Scholars like Ibn Sina and al-Khwarizmi influenced Renaissance Europe's scientific renaissance. What we learn. Ottoman scientific achievements promote scientific literacy, research collaboration, and technological innovation. They inspire STEM education, interdisciplinary research, and global health initiatives in modern societies. Studying the Ottoman legacy offers insights into cultural diversity, diplomatic strategies, legal innovations, religious tolerance, military tactics, economic resilience, scientific inquiry, and social dynamics. These reflections underscore the empire's enduring impact on global history, cultural heritage, and contemporary challenges, fostering appreciation for cross-cultural contributions, historical continuity, and global interconnectedness. Personal development insights from Ottoman principles, leadership and decision-making. Brief info. Ottoman leaders emphasized decisive action and strategic thinking in governance and military campaigns. Detailed info. Sultans like Suleiman the Magnificent and Mehmed demonstrated leadership through clear vision, effective communication, and swift decision-making under pressure. They balanced long-term planning with flexibility in response to changing circumstances. What we learn. Adopting Ottoman leadership principles encourages aspiring leaders to cultivate vision, decisiveness, and adaptability. It promotes strategic planning, effective communication, and resilience in leadership roles. Resilience and adaptability. Brief info. The Ottoman Empire navigated challenges of internal rebellions, external conflicts, and geopolitical shifts over centuries. Detailed info. Sultans and statesmen exhibited resilience by adapting military strategies, diplomatic alliances, and administrative reforms to sustain imperial stability. They prioritized innovation and learning from setbacks to thrive in diverse environments. What we learn. Learning from Ottoman resilience encourages individuals to embrace change, overcome adversity, and cultivate adaptive strategies. It fosters perseverance, problem-solving skills, and a growth mindset in personal and professional pursuits. Cultural sensitivity and diversity. Brief info. The Ottoman millet system promoted religious tolerance and cultural diversity among diverse communities. Detailed info. Sultans fostered harmony by respecting religious and cultural practices, ensuring minority rights and celebrating cultural contributions. They valued inclusivity, mutual respect, and collaboration across diverse societies. What we learn. Embracing Ottoman principles of cultural sensitivity promotes empathy, respect for diversity, and inclusive leadership. It encourages building inclusive communities, fostering cultural exchange, and promoting social cohesion in multicultural settings. Strategic planning and goal setting. Brief info. Ottoman expansion and governance relied on meticulous planning, goal setting, and implementation of policies. Detailed info. Sultans employed strategic planning to consolidate territories, manage resources, and achieve long-term objectives. They set clear goals, allocated resources effectively, and monitored progress to ensure sustainable growth and territorial integrity. What we learn. Incorporating Ottoman strategic planning principles enhances goal-setting skills, resource management, and execution strategies. It promotes accountability, resilience in achieving objectives, and disciplined decision-making in personal and professional endeavors. Innovation and continuous learning. Brief info. Ottoman scholars and artisans promoted innovation in science, art, architecture, and governance. Detailed info. Intellectual pursuits flourished under Ottoman patronage, advancing fields like medicine, astronomy, literature, and architectural design. Scholars embraced curiosity, experimentation, and interdisciplinary learning to drive cultural and scientific advancements. What we learn. Emulating Ottoman innovation principles encourages lifelong learning, creativity, and intellectual curiosity. It fosters a culture of innovation, critical thinking, and knowledge sharing in educational, professional, and personal spheres. Ethical leadership and service to community. Brief info. Ottoman rulers upheld ethical standards, service to the community, and stewardship of public resources. Detailed info. Sultans and statesmen prioritized the welfare of their subjects through fair governance, charitable initiatives, and public infrastructure projects. They exemplified ethical leadership by fostering trust, integrity, and accountability in public service. What we learn. Learning from Ottoman ethical leadership inspires individuals to prioritize integrity, empathy, and social responsibility. It encourages servant leadership, community engagement, and ethical decision-making in leadership roles and everyday interactions. Adaptation of traditions for modern contexts. Brief info. Ottoman traditions in governance, culture, and diplomacy offer timeless lessons adaptable to contemporary challenges. Detailed info. Principles of justice, tolerance, and innovation from Ottoman history remain relevant in navigating global complexities, cultural diversity, and technological advancements. They provide a foundation for addressing contemporary issues with historical insight and adaptive strategies. What we learn. Applying Ottoman principles to modern contexts promotes cultural heritage preservation, global citizenship, and sustainable development. It encourages leveraging historical wisdom to address contemporary challenges and foster positive change in local and global communities. Studying Ottoman principles for personal development offers valuable insights into leadership, resilience, cultural sensitivity, strategic planning, innovation, ethical leadership, and adaptation to modern challenges. These insights inspire individuals to cultivate strengths, embrace diversity, lead with integrity, and contribute positively to society, drawing on timeless lessons from Ottoman history. Final thoughts on applying Ottoman wisdom in contemporary life. Adaptive leadership. Brief info. Ottoman leaders navigated diverse challenges with adaptive leadership strategies. Detailed info. Contemporary leaders can emulate Ottoman principles of resilience, strategic foresight, and adaptive decision-making. By balancing tradition with innovation, leaders can effectively respond to rapid changes in global markets and socio-political landscapes. Application. Leaders today can benefit from studying how Ottoman leaders balanced tradition with innovation, fostering adaptive leadership that responds effectively to contemporary challenges. Cultural pluralism. Brief info. The Ottoman Empire embraced cultural diversity and religious tolerance. Detailed info. Contemporary societies can learn from Ottoman policies that promoted inclusivity, respect for diverse beliefs, and harmonious coexistence. By fostering cultural pluralism, societies can strengthen social cohesion, reduce conflict, and promote mutual understanding. Application. Promoting cultural pluralism today involves policies that respect and celebrate diversity, encouraging intercultural dialogue and cooperation in a globalized world. Strategic diplomacy. Brief info. Ottoman diplomacy was characterized by strategic alliances and skilled negotiation. Detailed info. Modern diplomats and negotiators can adopt Ottoman diplomatic strategies that prioritize mutual benefit, long-term relationships, and consensus building. By understanding historical precedents, diplomats can navigate complex international relations effectively. Application. Diplomats today can draw on Ottoman strategies to build trust, mediate conflicts, and foster sustainable partnerships in an interconnected world. Innovation and adaptation. Brief info. Ottoman society promoted innovation in art, science, and governance. Detailed info. Contemporary innovators can draw inspiration from Ottoman patronage of arts, scientific inquiry, and administrative reforms. By fostering creativity, embracing technological advancements, and adapting to changing environments, innovators can drive sustainable development and societal progress. Application. Innovators today can leverage Ottoman principles of curiosity, experimentation, and interdisciplinary collaboration to address global challenges and improve quality of life. Ethical governance. Brief info. Ottoman rulers upheld ethical standards and public service. Detailed info. Contemporary leaders and policymakers can prioritize ethical governance, accountability, and transparency. By promoting integrity, fairness, and responsible stewardship of resources, leaders can build trust, enhance public confidence, and achieve sustainable development goals. Application. Upholding ethical governance principles today involves fostering a culture of integrity, empowering civic participation, and ensuring equitable access to opportunities and resources. Legacy of knowledge and education. Brief info. Ottoman institutions advanced knowledge through education and intellectual pursuits. Detailed info. Modern educational systems can benefit from Ottoman emphasis on learning, scholarship, and cultural exchange. By promoting quality education, lifelong learning, and critical thinking skills, societies can empower individuals to contribute meaningfully to global progress. Application. Investing in education today involves nurturing intellectual curiosity, promoting cultural literacy, and equipping future generations with skills for innovation and leadership. Environmental stewardship. Brief info. Ottoman policies included sustainable resource management and urban planning. Detailed info. Contemporary efforts toward environmental sustainability can draw from Ottoman practices of sustainable agriculture, water management, and urban design. Integrating eco-friendly practices, conserving natural resources, and mitigating climate change impacts, societies can ensure a sustainable future. Application. Promoting environmental stewardship today involves adopting Ottoman principles of resource conservation, resilience to environmental challenges, and harmonious coexistence with nature. Applying Ottoman wisdom in contemporary life involves adapting historical insights to address modern challenges effectively. By drawing on principles of adaptive leadership, cultural pluralism, strategic diplomacy, innovation, ethical governance, legacy of knowledge, and environmental stewardship, individuals and societies can foster resilience, inclusivity, sustainability, and progress in an interconnected world. Conclusion. As we conclude our journey through the rich tapestry of Ottoman history and its enduring legacy, it becomes clear that the lessons of the past resonate profoundly in our modern age. From the strategic brilliance of Suleiman the Magnificent to the cultural patronage of Mehmed the Ottomans left an indelible mark on civilization, offering a wealth of wisdom that transcends centuries. In our rapidly evolving world, where challenges abound and opportunities emerge, the principles of adaptive leadership, cultural pluralism, and ethical governance resonate more than ever. By embracing Ottoman ideals of innovation, diplomacy, and environmental stewardship, we empower ourselves to navigate complexity with clarity, to build bridges where there are divides, and to sow seeds of progress where there is potential. Let us draw inspiration from the Ottomans' commitment to knowledge, their respect for diversity, and their pursuit of excellence in all endeavors. As we look to the future, may we honor their legacy by forging paths of peace, prosperity, and shared understanding. Join us in carrying forward the torch of Ottoman wisdom as we strive to create a world where history's lessons guide us towards a brighter tomorrow. Thank you for embarking on this transformative journey with us.